take a look at. You need to call your local stations and demand the ham. Flood the inboxes of everyone you can at your local station. Blow up the request lines with Demand the Ham. Tell them you want the ham radio show on their airways. You won't regret it.
Demand the ham.
The following message has not been approved by any snowflake, social justice warriors, authorities, or language police, or any other special interest group trying to dumb down America. The Lawrence Ross Show.
Probably so. Offensive by today's standards.
Friday nights from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. The blind guy is probably on social media pining for his audience. Facebook.com Blind Lawrence. Facebook.com LRoss1987. Twitter.com Blind Lawrence. Merchandise Teespring.com/store/LRoss1987. The Lawrence Ross Show. Friday nights from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
Available wherever you get your podcasts from. Daddy-O.
Joe Mac. Yeah, I gotta do this commercial real fast. Xsuit.com, that's right, Xsuit.com, the most comfortable suit in the world. That's right. For more information, go to Xsuit.com, the letter X, SUIT.com, the world's most comfortable suit because you have asked for it. Space-age polymers and everything else be damned. It's a phenomenal outfit. Get ready for it. Let's see you at Xsuit.com. Let's go to the phones. I believe this might be on the phone. I don't know. Who is this on the phone?
This is Chris Bauer.
All right.
Yeah. From the hit movie, from the hit movie 8mm, which we were talking about before. A lot of hit movie. But also from the Stars hit TV series, Heels. On Stars. Check your local listings for time and availability. The one and only Chris Bauer. Chris, how are you, sir?
I'm good, man. Thanks for talking to me.
Dude, thank you for being on the show. I was just gloating on how amazing having you on is because I was just watching 8mm the other day, right? And I was watching it and I'm like, okay, because first off, I know some of the members of the Coppola family, so I know Nick's brother and everything else. So when you're getting your ass kicked at the end, and I'm watching the movie, and I'm going, holy shit, that is Chris. Like, I did not remember that was you at the end of the movie playing. Like, I did not remember that was you because that movie's so long ago. And I'm like, this guy does everything.
Listen, that you just described my career perfectly.
Yeah.
I do everything and nobody remembers. I swear. Listen. When I went to acting school, they told me that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to play the character. You're not supposed to play yourself.
There you go.
So, technically, it's very gratifying. I have no choice. That's just the only way I can do it. But I appreciate people like you saying, holy, you were that guy in 8mm.
Yeah.
8mm is one of those ones that I don't think my kids have seen yet.
Well, how old are your kids?
They're in their early 20s, and
okay.
I still don't think they should see it.
Yeah. Hey, kids, you want to see a
I had a
Snuff
run
movie?
there.
Come on, kids, let's go see the Snuff movie.
Between I think I did Devil's Advocate and that movie basically almost within a year of each other.
Yeah.
And it was right before I had kids. And after that, I pretty much just played cops.
Yeah, it
Well,
does show up that way.
when you dance with the devil in one movie, and then you're a child molesting murderer in another movie, Cops is the safe bet. It's a safe bet. Let's make him a cop.
Yeah.
It's fine. But that's what I'm saying. We were going down your card here: The Wire, True Blood, just to name a few. There's so many. There's too many to freaking name. Your IMDb reads like the Bible. There's so many freaking chapters in this thing. And that's exactly what you are. You are the best. One of the best character actors that I've ever seen, because when you're on screen, and this is not just a kiss in your ass type of moment. When you're on the screen, I know I'm going to have at least a good actor in this scene. So when I'm watching Heels, it took me in the first season to realize that's who the fuck was playing Wild Bill. Because you have long hair, a big Fu Manchu goatee, and everything else. doesn't look like you at all.
What were you?
Listen, that's a huge compliment.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's a huge compliment. Plus, I worked my ass off. I'm 56 years old.
No.
I worked out for about a year before I played that part. You know, because you know what? Some people can play everything from A to Z. I can play everything from fat to skinny.
That works.
And you're talented at it too. That's what's good about it. You play fat better than
Thank
I've
you.
ever seen someone play fat before. Let me point that out.
Not better than you.
It comes
Eddie.
natural, let me tell you.
Yeah, well, Joe, when I do it, this is not a bodysuit, is what I'm saying. So the best thing, because I'm watching, because Joe, I don't want to say nothing, but I'm pretty big in the industry.
You
Let me
think?
point out, I got a couple of screeners of season 2 of Stars
All right.
with my name on it today. I had to, where they actually watermarked your
shit.
name. I know, right? Bauer's excited. Chris Bauer's excited, and he's seen everything.
I'm impressed.
Thank you. And I'm watching season 2, and let me tell you, season 2 opens up with a crazy bunch of stuff. You got to pay attention because you learn about a lot of other parts that happened that people were alluding to in season 1, but now you're seeing what happens in season 2. One of the things is that I've taken away from this show is about a family, right? But it's multiple families because it's the Spade family, right? And then it's also the DWL family in the locker room. And I'm still trying to figure out where Wild Bill fits into either family.
He's responsible for.
I mean, you nailed it, dude.
Yeah.
He's looking for a family. He's the only one who doesn't have one.
There you go.
I mean, he's a road dog, and he lives basically from pill to bottle to match to hotel to one, cocktail waitress after the next. And he's done well, but Heels pretty much starts with him kind of like, he's like the smoke right before you put it out in the ashtray.
Yeah.
And he finds out pretty quickly he's got nowhere to go, so he's got to make a family. And what I like about the show is, like, he's an asshole, so it's not like anybody's going to say, hey, come on in, we'll make you nice and comfy.
Right.
He's got to figure out some way for them to need him, which is how it works,
Yeah, and that's the best part of the show, too, especially your character, is that you have a storyline with pretty much every other character. Like, you're connected to each and every one of the, whether you're, I slept with this one, I should have slept with that one, this one is angry at me for this thing.
I'm gonna sleep with that one.
And,
This one.
yeah, and it's like, it does, like, and not to say that the show centers around Wild Bill,
That's
but
the
it
web.
pretty much does.
That's the web,
Yeah. Because he takes the audience through all this shit.
There you go.
Like, if you're watching it for the first time, because I don't know, by the way, the show's about pro wrestlers.
Yeah.
So if you don't know that industry, I'm saying, but if you don't know that industry, you're on the outside looking in. Like, because Billy over here, is a pro wrestler. Billy has, former pro wrestler. He held a world title, Chris, for about 10 minutes.
What?
Would you hold Billy here on my show? Billy nicknames.
10
Billy,
whole minutes.
How long did you hold the title?
I don't know, a couple of months.
All right, couple months. He also got his head crashed in with a baseball bat. He had to staple his shit together. He was a pro wrestler.
We just let it
Shut
bleed
up!
out.
I'm trying to make Chris Bauer think you're cool.
He said he held the belt while the guy tied his shoe. He had to get
No, that was the other one.
And push him over. But
Hey, if he had a belt for 2 months,
yeah.
2 months, guys. You
Big
show Billy
respect.
some respect. 2
Big
months.
Yeah.
God damn, he was a wrestler known as the Shaolin Milkman.
Oh. The milkman.
come look at that on YouTube, Billy.
Damn. Billy, can you watch it on YouTube?
No, I don't believe any of my stuff is on YouTube.
Ah,
At least
Banned,
I hope
huh?
not.
Oh, that's the best shit right there.
yeah.
You had to be there.
You had to be there. You had to witness it. You were- Like when Wild Bill shits his pants.
Oh, God.
You have to be there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you gotta understand how it built up and what led to it.
Yeah, you gotta be there. So from one Wild Bill to another Wild Bill.
That's why I love cable TV.
And you know what's incredibly funny, Chris? we actually know for a fact, because we know a bunch of wrestlers, we know that there's been a ton of guys who have shit their pants in the ring.
It just happens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like it's
It
not
happens.
it's not like a made up like somebody's like, you know what will happen in this episode? Let's write it in. He shits his pants.
Yeah.
No, it has happened.
Oh, it happens.
Didn't Andre the Giant
The
do that
bottom
shit a few
line
times?
is,
Yeah,
the bottom line is, in my experience, if you get inside a ring, liquid is going to come out of your body.
Yeah.
Whether it's blood or puke or shit, it's going to come out.
Never eat a bowl of Cheerios.
That's what I love about wrestling.
yeah. That's what Billy's
You
T-shirt
can't fake
was.
that.
That's what, when Billy was a wrestler, his T-shirt was like, some liquid's gonna come out of my body.
It's
And on
just,
the back was a list: blood, shit, piss, milk, because he was a dairy guy. All that kind of stuff.
it said got milk.
Got milk?
That's great.
Disturbing. Chris, were you always a wrestling fan?
You know, yes and no. I mean, I appreciated it, but then I kind of became a fan about 20 years ago or so, and my son got really into it, and I ended up making friends with all these indie wrestlers in L.A.
Nice.
And I used to go to shows there once a month. It blew my mind. I appreciated it because I was a theater actor before I ever, worked in film and TV. I figured I'd pretty much, never get off stage because I got no charisma and I look like someone's heel. So I was shocked when I started getting work on TV, but the theatricality of it and the commitment to the audience, the fans, hooked me. And it also reminded me when I was a kid, I was really into like the early punk rock scene in LA when I was in high school. And indie wrestling reminded me of that because you go to these shows in the American Foreign Legion with folding chairs, and these people blowing your mind were only 5, 6, 7 feet away from you. There was none of this rock star bullshit. And so I really admired it and kind of got into it. But here's the thing, there's a difference between someone who admires, appreciates, and supports it and a fucking fan.
There you go.
Like, my son is a fan. We watch an AEW match right now, and he calls every single move from every single wrestler right before they do it. He's just like, he gives it a kind of attention that I'm too old. I can't do it. So I appreciate it, but I would never claim, capital F fan.
Yeah. I'm
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna have to hang with your son because I'm like that too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
I'm more with Chris.
We're gonna have AEW
Yeah, I mean, I'm like
here,
Chris.
on the big screen in a little bit because it comes on at like 8 o'clock. Then I
It's
know
so good.
I even know already that Steven Amell from the show, one of the leads of the program, he's gonna be on Raw. I think either next week or whatever, right before the season 2 premiere of Heels, which by the way is on Stars. So it's like you guys are covering the wrestling landscape. Trust me, you guys are doing fine, and you don't look like a heel.
We're trying to. And
Yeah, like face-wise, you don't look like a heel. You're a heel. I'm gonna say, for crazy,
That's fine.
you're not the most ugliest guy in the world, there, Chris. Come on. Now.
Like you.
Yeah, there's some ugly fucks like Joe in the back.
But I'm with Chris. I don't know shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
well,
only wrestler I know is Jade.
yeah. Well, Jade Cargill, who's
Yeah, that's the only one I
hopefully
know.
coming on the show from AEW. But see, it's the closest thing to theater. He's absolutely right because they literally
theater.
it's theater instead of the round. It's theater in the ring. Like it's a 20 by 20 foot ring.
Yeah.
If you can't tell the story, you're not working.
Yeah, if you're not getting over with the crowd in some way, shape, or form, you're done. It doesn't care if you can throw the best headlock in the business.
That's what blows my mind. That next level of awareness, that next level of like storytelling, where you have to be so perceptive. People who don't know, I'm like the best description I have for people who are kind of on the outside and don't get it at all is like if you saw two like virtuoso jazz guitar players. And they just started playing together and jamming and making this insane sound, you'd be like, holy shit, how do they do that? How can they just walk on stage and do that? Wrestling is like that to me, except it's got physics and it's got consequences and somehow a good wrestler has always got just as much, if not a little bit more attention on the crowd to find a pop here and there to sort of track the heat. And it's like a kind of a creative intelligence that just absolutely blows my mind.
That's
I
what
mean, I just don't even know how I don't know how you do it.
That's what I say to Billy. I'm like, Billy, you have creative intelligence.
It comes with practice. You just got to keep getting out there and seeing what works and knowing, like, you see the crowd, they're like, uh-oh, they're not into this. Either we're taking this home or come up with something good.
Yep.
You know.
And when you see two guys with guitars in wrestling, they're hitting each other with it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
El Kabong.
El Kabong.
El Kabong.
No, and the other thing, you know, in the comparison to theater is like, it's theater except you get to fucking join.
Yeah.
I mean, the
participate,
interaction and the participation makes it so much more, and it's hella cheaper too, generally.
It used to be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
well, it's cheaper than going to Broadway.
Yeah, it's true.
He's right. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Chris, do you smoke cigars?
Those AEW pay-per-view, huh?
Do you smoke cigars?
No, man, I'm a health nut.
Ah, damn it.
That's
No,
good.
because I wanted to add you to the list of guys I need to smoke cigars with. Because he's literally reciting what I think of pro wrestling. That's exactly why me and Billy, even though Billy has been in the ring and performed, I mean, I did like one pay-per-view in my life, but Billy performed in the ring and everything else. That feeling of what wrestling is, like, we love the business of pro wrestling, and that's what heels.
This
That's
show
exactly
is really good with that. It gives you a lot of stuff from
You get the iggies, as they
and,
say. Yeah.
You know, you get the thing where everybody's all training together. That family part of
Yeah.
it too. That's huge in this business. Like, you really have to have that brotherhood and look out for each other. Otherwise, you're not staying long.
Yeah, but now I got to drink wheatgrass with Chris Bauer.
You
Well, you can.
Ed, you
No,
did a
dude,
pay-per-view?
I'll bring a box of Nicorette and I'll watch you choke that cigar down. We'll be in the same zone.
Dude, it's a fucking date. What was that?
No, I'm saying you did the pay-per-view?
I did a pay-per-view. I had during WrestleCon. WrestleCon in New York City.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I did. I was part of a Sirius XM personality, Mike Babchek, from Morning Men on Sirius XM, Mad Dog Sports Channel 82. He was Matt Stryker, formerly of the WWE. He was a school teacher that became a pro wrestler. And he got fired for taking.
Always having to work in Japan.
He got fired for taking off from school to not teach, to go wrestle. That's how big of his dream he was. So, and he made all the papers. He was on the news. It was the whole thing. So he got hired from the WWE. Great guy too, phenomenal fucking guy. He was in a match, like this giant thing that was on pay-per-view, and I was part of the entourage to bring them out to the ring. So I was the security guy. I'm using air quotes.
Oh, I thought you were wrestling.
Hell
No,
yeah.
I wish. I want to have a match. Or look, I'll just be an extra on heels. I'll get in the ring. I'll take a couple bumps.
Yeah,
I'll be
dude.
Billy.
I would love to, like, be the guy who's
Listen.
in the training section.
Yeah.
Anytime. And by the way, hey, before too long goes, I think that was Billy that was talking about the the camaraderie of the training and the place and the kind of family vibe, and that was something that Mike O'Malley, the showrunner, was just obsessive about in season 2. He was like, "This is a fucking family. You got to put each other over, and we got to feel that. We got to feel like that this little thing, this little outfit in the country has something to offer a bigger market, and it comes from, everybody being able to count on everybody else as a character, also as an actor."
Well, that definitely.
And
comes through,
he's going to be psyched.
All right.
Yeah, that's great.
No,
Appreciate
definitely.
that.
Is Mike O'Malley the actor?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on a bunch of shows. He was a comedian too, right?
Yes, this asshole has way too much talent.
Yes. What an asshole!
I mean, he writes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, some people, he's a pig. He can write. He's a comedian. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
He's also an incredible friend and a great guy. He's a curve wrecker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Makes us all look bad.
I saw that name. I didn't know if it was him, and then when you just said, "Yeah, he's done all this," I'm like, Motherfucker, that is that guy. I've not that I've met him, but I've seen him in 9 million friggin' things. The fact that, to the point that I know who he is. He used to host. He used to host Guts on. If it's the same Michael Malley on Nickelodeon, which was like the kids' version of American Gladiators. Michael Malley was on that show.
That was his first job.
Thank you.
That was his first job.
I win. Point for me.
There you go.
I get to be an extra on Heels.
What
I
a
got
guy,
it right.
yeah.
Seriously, man. You're an encyclopedia.
I am. I'm telling you. Knowing that I'm talking to the machine, before Burt Kreischer, this was the machine.
That's right.
I'm talking to Chris Bauer from the hit TV show Heels.
That was so awkward. You know, I vividly remember when we had to block some of the camera stuff for that scene at the end of 8mm.
Yeah.
There was no way to do it without me lying in the dirt with Nick Cage lying directly on top of me with his nose like a half inch from my nose. We just had to sit there for like 2 minutes, you know, while they blocked the cameras.
Yeah.
And they say acting
That
is
was awkward,
easy.
man.
I've been in the same room with Nick, and that's close enough. I'm just saying. I'm friends with his brother. I'm friends with his brother's wife. A lot of the Coppolas, but Nick is a strange cat. Nick is a strange cat.
He's
man.
a trip.
Yeah, he's a trip. He's awesome. He's a great guy.
Because I love him.
Yeah.
I did I worked on Face Off with him too.
Right. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. You don't know what Nick Cage you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what Nick you're gonna get when you're even in the vicinity of Nick, let alone acting with him. You don't know. Billy, what were you looking up?
It's good. I know.
Oh, all right. I thought Billy was doing work. I'm sorry, everybody. Billy wasn't working. Calm down.
Did you research like Eddie?
Hey, do you guys know Eddie King? Huh?
Eddie who? Kingston?
Eddie Kingston?
Yeah.
I know a bunch
Eddie
of people
Kingston?
that worked with him. Yeah. They trained.
I'm
with him and
obsessed
all
with that dude right now.
Yeah. You tell me he's not one of the greatest storytelling wrestlers out there now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the last two little spots he's done. Well, he had that match with New Japan, right?
Mm-hmm. He just won the strong
And he
title.
won.
Yeah.
He won. And just like, that's what I mean. Like, the vibe after he won that, I almost cried.
Yeah.
That's performance to me. You know what I mean? My brain can't even get into the argument of whether he really feels that way or not.
Well,
That's a great fucking actor as far as I'm concerned.
Let me tell you, he actually cried. That was real. That was not even him acting. He legitimately, Eddie Kingston. Even though we're talking to a Hollywood movie star and TV star right now, we'll talk about a totally other guy right now. Eddie Kingston is a pro wrestler. He's a fat guy. He's a normal guy from. Is he from Queens, Billy? Where is he from? Or Brooklyn?
I don't remember, but I know he spent a lot of time training.
I thought he was from Jersey.
Homicide and.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about from the he's
It's
from
not
the New
rare
York
for
area. And he's from he's legitimately what you see is what you get of Eddie Kingston. He's not
Yonkers,
playing,
pretty much.
he's not playing a character. He's literally a street guy. Like literally, he's not there to go. He's not there to have abs. He's not there to fucking.
Yeah.
I'm not doing my tan.
It goes back to old school wrestling.
Yeah.
Beer drinking, ass kicking.
A big
Exactly.
bitch, yeah. And he just recently.
No entrance. How about that?
Yeah, he has no music. He just comes out. He went to Japan because which I believe he's been to Japan before.
Yes,
He's wrestled, but he's New Japan Pro Wrestling. Just to keep everyone in the know here, is like where you go if you want to be a legitimate fucking person in wrestling. That's where you go. Because that's where they're kicking the shit out of each other. That's Japanese strong style. That's I'm gonna hurt you if you don't perform this the right way.
You don't get in the ring until you go through
Right.
the training.
Yeah, you gotta go through dojo training, which is like you get treated like shit. You start out as nothing, and you have to work your way to superstardom. This guy made
met
it
someone
there.
else. For me, it's just like,
well, that's what I'm saying. But I'm
he
saying
thinks I'm
you
cool,
start
but
out
it's
as a
just my
flea,
body that he can't get over.
and then you end up as the dog. You know what I mean? Like it's a giant transition.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I never made in boxing.
Yeah, and Eddie Kingston made it all the way. He went to Japan, finally won a singles title in Japan. So much so that now he's not working for AEW for a month because he contractually has to defend this title that he won. So he's he burst into tears when he won it because it was something like his promo at the end when he's literally standing there going, I have no fucking words. Like that, literally, that's exactly what he was saying. I have no fucking words. Because think about it. It's something you've wanted your whole life. Right? You wanted something your whole life, and you finally achieve it. That's going to break even the toughest son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. What, Billy? Billy?
Yeah, and then taking some...
Yeah.
What's Billy say?
Wait, Billy actually did work, Chris. Hold on. We got to wait. He's my producer extraordinaire.
Letting you know how much time we have left.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, that's all it was?
That's all that was.
Oh, I thought you were giving me the finger.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to stop talking to Chris Bauer, though. Chris Bauer's fucking awesome. We're talking wrestling, old movies.
We'll do it again.
Yeah, we have to do this again.
Beat downs.
Beatdowns and stuff, everything. All kinds of good shit.
Not telling you.
All right, so let's get into professional radio mode, and let's plug away. All right, so we got Heels on Stars. Season 2 starts when?
Friday, July 28th.
Friday, July 28th.
At 10 p.m.
At 10 p.m. Eastern. Check your local cable satellite provider, whatever you got to do. Get Stars. Don't be a dick. Spend the extra money. Get the show. Watch, Chris Bauer as Wild Bill Hancock. I recommend it as well. If you're a wrestling fan, you should be watching this show. If you're not a fan, because this is what the industry is. Watch this freaking show. Learn about it. Learn about what actually goes on behind the scenes.
It gives you a nice little peek.
Yeah. And remember, Chris Bauer is a thespian. And a thespian is a lesbian with a lisp.
Seriously, that was a good plug, man. I couldn't have done it better myself.
Well,
and I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me and a lot to our whole cast to have anybody with any wrestling know-how support Heels. So thank you. July 28th on Stars.
Well, Chris, put the word out because we're trying to also I want to have Punk on and his wife because they're both on the show.
That's a good idea.
CM Punk, Phil Brooks, if you're playing at home.
Yep.
Ricky Ravies on the show. His wife is also on the show now, AJ Lee. All right, so she's on the show as well. So right there, even if you don't want to just stare at Chris's beautiful heel face. All right, you can look at them.
Yeah, there's other things to look at.
Yeah,
there's other things to look at besides my snakeskin pants.
Exactly. And most of the time, his snakeskin pants either has shit on them or he's not wearing them. So.
Well, just look at the front.
Okay.
Look at the front.
Boy, trust me, I was, Chris. Yeah. Where do you think they got the snake skin? That's one hell of a snake. The fact of the matter is, this show is epic. Chris, you are one hell of a guest. You are a great actor. First off, round of applause for Chris.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's number one, because the guy is fucking Hollywood. He's done everything. He's been in movies from Pacino to Cage to you name it. He's been in it.
You have a TV. You've seen him.
You've seen him
many times.
That's the other thing. Like we said at the beginning in this interview, he's done tons of work that you probably don't even know he's done.
That's right.
Yeah, so go to his IMDb page and just start watching every movie and TV show that's on it. Catch it.
Just watch Heels.
Watch Heels. Well, obviously, watch Heels first. Don't be an asshole the whole time we're here. We gotta. Of course, you should be watching Heels. Don't be a dick and just go watch the other movies. I know he said Face Off, and it's a cool movie, but go see watch Heels first. For Christ's sake. By the way, True Blood.
I appreciate it.
The fans in the Facebook Live screaming out True Blood. We know that he was on True Blood. He knows he was on True Blood. Motherfucker, he's got the crew jacket. He knows. He was there.
That's true.
God damn it.
I was there.
He was the sheriff. He knows. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Chris Bauer from the TV show Heels on Stars. Season 2 coming soon. Get ready for it. You play coming now. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Chris.
Thank you, fellas.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, fellas.
Thanks a lot, bro.
Much appreciated.
And much obliged to you, my friend. Thank you very much. One hell of a guy, Chris Bauer.
All right.
Interesting guy.
Good interview. Good
Joe
interview.
was mocking before the interview.
I was not
Did you
mocking.
see how great the interview was?
It was fantastic.
I know. Billy's like, we got to go to break.
A hell of a
Calm
guy.
down.
Okay.
We don't really have anything on the show except another guest.
We got another
shit to
guest,
do.
yeah.
It's the Ham Radio Show. We'll take a break.
Yeah.
We'll redo. I think I might have shit my pants during
I
the
think
break.
so.
We'll check my
I
pants.
smell
That's
something.
what that is.
It's not just that.
Yeah. I thought it was your famous. I thought it was your famous lasagna.
Joe, where's the pressure
It's
washer?
the after effect. And trust me, it's layered.
Lasagna.
That's on 718-577-1389. It is the Ham Radio Show. We'll be right back after these
Words.
Yeah.
I need a drink. You will find, young man, that the future looks rosier through the bottom of a glass.
Nice.
Radio Network,
Hey, yeah, shit in my pants.
And clear up the closing doors, please.
You need to watch New York Ham on Asai TV. Asai TV and New York Ham. What a combo. And see how everyone jumped in.
Roxanne Watson is on a mission to have more people sign up as organ, eye, and tissue donors. What drives her? Roxanne received a heart transplant made possible by an organ donor.
I decided that day to devote myself to signing up the most people in the United States. That's my goal.
Now she's a powerful force for good. What could you make possible as an organ, eye, and tissue donor? Leave behind the gift of life. Go to organdonor.gov. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
Make them have fun. They talk about
We at
everything.
Xsuit.com believe that you should never have to sacrifice comfort for the sake of style. The clothes you wear should complement your looks and your lifestyle, not just your looks. Traditional suits are stiff, uncomfortable,
even
and
Marcus, I
a
gotta
hassle
watch
to
Heels
maintain.
now.
Maximilian Perez had an idea to create the ultimate
Thank you,
solution.
Marcus.
After months of research and
Dude, it's a great
prototyping,
show. If you
the
have
first
stars, I'm
X-suit
telling
was
you.
born.
Watch
Made
the
with
first
wrinkle-resistant stretch fabric and
well, here,
utilizing
come over to
proprietary
Joe's house.
nanotechnology to add stain
just
and
sit with
odor
him and watch it.
resistance,
You can
it
lie
was
in
the
the bed.
first
Him
of
and
its
I
kind.
go
The X-suit broke boundaries and set new standards, which led to it being featured in popular publications such as Forbes, Business Insider, and Mashable, putting
gotta work on
X-suit in
his
front of
fucking,
thousands of
his,
men worldwide.
fucking,
Join us on our mission
imitation.
to create modern clothing that's comfortable, stylish, and easy to maintain for men all over the globe. We seek out and develop the most cutting-edge technology in order to make the most comfortable clothing that keeps you looking your best all day long. Check out our suits, shirts, jackets, pants, along with many accessories at xsuit.com. That is xsuit.com.
Tired of boring radio? 3 songs then 15 minutes of mind-numbing commercials only to hear the same 3 songs again, just in a different order. You need to call your local stations and demand the ham. Flood the inboxes of everyone you can at your local station. Blow up the request lines with Demand the Ham. Tell them you want the Ham Radio Show on their airwaves. You won't regret it.
Demand the ham.
It's the Slick. He's the Ham Radio. Call into the Ham Radio Show at 718.
He doesn't bite. Like, I literally went up to him and he fucking was growling, but he fucking starts licking me. Bam, bam, bam. Sorry, everyone's happy about heels. This portion of the program is brought to you by the one and only LegacyComics.com. That's LegacyComics.com. Get off your ass and go there. Be all up in the mix with LegacyComics.com. Get all the information of the top titles: Conjury, The Job, Legend of the Night Owl, Croom. You know the freaking drill. But also, it's going to be the home of Uncle Eddie's comic book, as well as Ricky and his brother, and I think I'm working on that one too. I don't know. We'll make it all happen. Because
hands off.
Hey, I like to lick the pages. It's LegacyComics.com. That's LegacyComics.com. By the way, hanging out in our Facebook live stream, Bill Dye is yes, of course. I will, Bill. I can't say my phone number on the air. However, I will. No. Excuse me. I moved to 900 because I can charge more. Please, when I talk dirty, you're gonna pay. That's all I'm saying. Bill. I will send you a text in a little bit because he wants to get a hold of me like privately.
Okay.
Just.
He wants to grab you by the throat.
He still loves you.
I would let Bill Dye. That's our old announcer. Bill Dye, the voice of reason.
Voice of reason.
You owe him money?
I probably do. I owe everybody money. It's just the way it works out, kid.
I miss Bill. Bill was a great guy.
Bill Dye. I want Bill Dye to come here and voice.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
so
don't have to
great.
hire anybody. We'll just get Bill Dye to come in and do it. He's fucking phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Before they had on the Stern Show George Takei. And they brought back a radio announcer. We had our radio announcer first.
Yeah.
I just want to bring that up. And ours, just like George Takei, likes to pronounce everything. So it was very astute, very official sounding announcer. Bill Dye, the voice of reason.
Yeah, that's right, Edward.
I should put together some of his old introductions. I still have some.
Hey, it's also, by the way, weird because I was just talking to Danny about fucking Bill Dye.
Yeah?
Because Danny got fat.
Yeah, he looks so different.
And I said, Danny got fat, and now Bill Dye wouldn't even recognize him.
Really?
And I said, Bill Dye used to call you the Ethiopian race walker. Because that's how thin Danny was. Danny was legitimately looked like he ran the New York Marathon.
Yeah, he was kind of thin.
And he was just a white guy that did it. You know, like, that's what he looked like.
When basically all you have are cigarettes and caffeine.
Which he still does, except for the cigarettes.
No
the
cigarettes.
caffeine's still there, though.
Right, but
before,
not as bad, though.
Before the wake, we had to go get coffee. Like, he needs it. Like,
he
put it in my veins.
He left the cigarettes alone? You on the health kick?
Yeah, so now, oh, yeah, he looks like it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it was two fat guys in a wake. It wasn't fucking good. I'm usually the only fat guy in that scenario. Now, Danny's giving me a little run for his money, is all I'm saying. By the way, also, special thanks, because I didn't think I was actually going to get a picture with him. You know me, I fanboyed out.
Oh, sure.
I don't know. I fanboy all the time. You know why? That's why I got into this business.
That's right.
Just to meet celebrities. Oh, yeah, and to have a radio career. The amazing, the astounding, the one and only Jason Alexander.
Oh, yeah.
I met him and I met Eric McCormick. They're in a play. Well, Jason's directing it, but Eric is the lead. The guy from Will and Grace.
Yeah.
People that don't know. It's a play called The Cottage. I want to give them a plug just because they were so fucking nice to even take pictures.
Is it a serious show
No,
or is it comedy?
It's all about Joe. It's all about shrinkage.
No.
Okay.
I believe it's about cottage cheese.
We'll have sex right now. I love this guy. It was funny.
No. It's not about neither shrinkage nor cottage cheese. I don't know what it's actually about. Look it up. But anything that has Jason Alexander directing it and Eric McCormick as the fucking lead can't be stupid. Like you're gonna fucking probably enjoy it. So I just wanted to give them, because they were number one. Add them to the list of nice, not dickhead celebrities, because they were like, we were cracking jokes before everything. They were working on, because now after COVID and after everything, it's now like you got to do a security screenings of the asshole just to come into a place.
Really? Huh?
Yeah. So they're doing this stuff, and after he was done, after I helped Eric McCormick, because Jason got somebody else to help out. Eric filling out the thing, and literally we're talking, and he goes, and then when he was done, I went, okay, now we're going to need a urine sample. I'm going to need you to jerk off into this cup. And then Jason Alexander jumps in and goes, yeah, we're going to do a cotton swab of your genitals. And I'm like, well, Jason, you get that, because I'm going to be handling something else. And they were laughing, and we were having a ball. Like, most celebrities sometimes are standoffish.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of them.
When you meet a good one,
a lot of them,
you fucking plug their shit. And I'm going to plug their play.
Okay.
Because those two are thespians, too.
And sometimes the ones you love most are the ones that are assholes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're never supposed to meet your heroes.
Yeah.
Remember that. Never
There's a lot
meet
of
your
truth
heroes.
to that, yeah.
Now, by the way, I just explained that they're not my heroes. But never meet your heroes. That's kind of fucked up on my part.
Well, a hero is a sandwich. Man.
Yeah, and according to you, you put fucking mayo on it when it's salami. You disgust me,
Get out of here.
Disgust me. Disgraciad. Ugh, who puts mustard?
I like my mayonnaise.
Mayo is good on certain
mayo.
sandwiches.
Hold on. I want to defend mayo. I love mayo.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Right,
leave my
shut up,
salami
Billy, you ain't
sandwich.
too thin.
Leave
Shut
my
up.
salami sandwich alone and go on to the next topic.
I'm defending mayo. never with salami. All right, never. Turkey, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Salt and pepper.
I'm gonna try it with the mustard.
Tomatoes on a turkey sandwich.
I'm gonna try it with the mustard. I'm not a mustard guy unless it's hot dog.
What's your favorite condiment? Mayo.
Mayo.
Your favorite condiment?
So that's why he puts
mayo or ketchup.
So do you put them together and make
Have you ever
sauce?
tried that?
On a burger, I put them together.
Have you ever tried that mayo chuck, whatever it is, the mayo chuck?
Yeah, the new one.
It's ketchup and mayonnaise like mixed together.
Oh yeah, I tried that one. Yeah.
It's almost like French dressing.
Yeah, it's
That's pretty much what French dressing is.
Well, yeah,
I just everything with me is natural. I just use the mayonnaise, the Hellman's mayonnaise, and
I used to go to a deli where if you ordered a sandwich that wasn't right, he would make it. He would like a guy would come in and say, "Give me a roast pork sandwich and I want the mayo on it." Oh no!
Oh, get the fuck out of here!
No! Salt and pepper. That's all you get on that. That's it.
Maybe cheese.
Yeah.
Maybe.
A slice of tomato for you, but that's it.
Get the fuck out of my belly.
Nah, I can't do the mustard thing, man. It's like
Right.
I'm not big on
what
mustard.
What about your hot dog?
Yeah, hot dog. That's what I said.
See, I don't like relish on a hot dog. Relish on a hot dog is hard.
Emerald relish.
Have nothing to talk about.
Emerald relish on a hot dog.
It's good.
See, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like onions on a hot dog. You know, these onions you get from the car. I don't like the onions. All I want is sauerkraut. That's what I want.
You don't like soubrette onions?
No, I don't.
Get the fuck out of your own house.
I don't. No, but that's a personal thing. I understand everybody likes
Billy
it. That's why they sell
Billy
them.
doesn't like
I don't like onions, but yet I've had the
soubrette one.
The hot dog onion.
Yeah, that's soubrette hot dogs.
Right, but there are other companies.
We don't care about them. Soubrette makes the best ones. That's it.
The old days when the guys with the trucks went through.
Yeah.
The old days with the onions in the 70s and all that shit.
Yeah.
That's when fucking onions were onions, bro.
Oh well, things have changed.
Yeah, that jaw shit.
Sometimes this show.
Very sweet.
Can I bring up one thing? Sometimes this show that we're on right now, the ham radio show.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, this one right now. That's on the radio as we speak. Literally, we went from a tremendous fucking Chris Bauer interview and all that great shit, right? And then we follow it up with onions are onions.
Yeah.
Back in the day when onions were onions.
What's your favorite pushcart hot dog? House of Wiener was always the best with me.
Who's that?
House of Wiener, yeah. I like them better than Sabrettes, the pushcart guys.
House of Wieners was Sabrett.
I don't know if I remember.
Yes, dude. My father was a meat inspector. I went to House of Wieners.
It was a different hot dog.
No, it was the same fucking hot dog.
They
it just
used
wasn't.
different water.
No, same hot dog.
No, it can't be.
Dude, it was the same hot dog. It was the same. I learned at a ripe old age how a hot dog was made.
I would never question the butcher, but
yes, I'm telling you, he was the butcher, the baker, and the candy maker.
I heard how they look when they're first made.
Yeah.
I don't think I would eat them if I saw
No, the only one that would like a fucking freshly made wiener was Marcus.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, we used to have a store down the block that sold them like loose hot dogs. You know, they were on a big string, like, and you would cut them.
We had a Jewish deli in our neighborhood, and they had the best hot dogs, man.
Oh yeah.
With sauerkraut, mustard and sauerkraut.
You eat it on a Monday. Thursday, you accidentally.
Oh yeah, you tasted it.
Oh yeah.
Don't go away.
That's the sign of a good dog.
That's when you know you had something good.
Absolutely.
Sarah the sort of lesbian in the Facebook live stream. I love all the onion and pickle on my dog.
Oh yeah.
That's what she loves. Debbie wants to point out that Eric McCormick played the best bad guy in Slasher.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll try to get Eric McCormick on the show as well. Why not? By the way, also talking to a whole bunch of people. I don't know if I'm supposed to. A former. Let me put it this way. I'll give you a tease. Just because it's nothing is concrete yet. Everything is. The process is starting. It will be in August.
Mm-hmm.
All right. One of the members of the Goonies will be on this show. Okay, you all figure it out. But one of the members of the Goonies will be on this show. That's all I'm going to say about that. And it's a Goonie that was in the news a lot. So
he's got to be grown up now.
Oh, he's a full-grown Goonie.
I would, you know.
Well, he's a full-grown. You tell Billy, you show him. It's a full-grown Goonie. I'm just saying. Also, by the way, I talked to Bob Kelly. Bob Kelly's coming on in August.
Oh.
So we got some big shows coming on in August as well.
We got a lot of stuff going on in August.
Yeah, a lot of August. We never take off. Unlike other shows.
No cruise this year, Eddie?
No cruise this year. I'm here all the time, 24/7. I just only work on Wednesday.
Okay.
By the way, read a story that Kevin Costner's wife, this divorce is intriguing me.
Okay.
Kevin Costner's wife, get this, is asking for $129,000
in nickels
a month. I wish he would pay her in nickels because that would be hysterical. $129,000 a month to take care of the kids in the divorce. Right? $129,000.
You know something?
How much does it cost to take care of a kid though for a month?
It's not about that.
No, I know. It's like go fuck yourself. No, I get it. This is also the woman that they couldn't get her out of the house.
And she'll probably get it
because
he's so loaded. You know,
you know what's sad?
Loaded.
What's sad is she'll get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course she'll get it.
She'll get it. So.
By the way, Constantine, who's on the Kid Chris show, Constantine, I'm looking directly at you. I will read your comment in 1 minute. Tell Kid Chris that I wrote him. I was talking to him. I want him to answer me back. It'd be great. I love Kid Chris. Phenomenal fucking radio host.
Oh, yeah.
And renowned radio juggernaut.
Yes.
All right? So just tell him to get back to me. You now listen to our show. Tell him to come listen to... Tell Kid Chris to come on this show. That's what we'll do, Constantine. Okay. Constantine wants you to point out on a Philly cheesesteak, I would never put mayo, only fried onions, ketchup, and mushrooms.
Mushrooms, ooh, very good touch.
Yeah, see, I don't like mushrooms, though.
You could put the mayo if you put ketchup on it.
No.
What do you do? You get the fuck out.
Come out with you.
God damn it. Everybody's wrong on this show today.
I gotta fuck with y'all on that.
We got a phone call. Let's go to the phone.
Who's that?
There's somebody calling to cuss me out about mayonnaise.
Fuck Ricky and his fucking mayo. 813, who are you?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Lawrence.
Hey, hello, Lawrence.
Now, Lawrence, you're blind. Has anyone ever fed you mayo and you didn't know it was on the sandwich?
Yeah, stick it in there.
Or can you figure it out like Daredevil?
Yeah.
I can pretty much taste it, and 9 times out of 10, if I want mayonnaise on a sandwich, I'll ask for it, you know?
No, I know, but did anyone ever say, let's fuck with the blind guy and put mayo on his salami sandwich?
Let's tell him it's mayo.
Yeah, let's
give him ketchup instead.
Yeah. You ever go to Liberace's house and have some Liberace mayo? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Lawrence, Lawrence, what do you put on your salami? Mustard or mayonnaise?
What do you put on your salami?
Yeah.
First off, Ricky, by the way, got Italian. I don't know if you noticed. He became a black Italian. He's now Sicilian like me. Number one, he's like,
I like to have a
hey,
blonde on
Lawrence,
my salami.
Lawrence, what the fuck do you put on your salami? Come on.
Hey, you got a 14-pound Hebrew national in your pocket? What is that?
I'll bet you money that blind Lawrence has a big cock.
How do you know?
Because just the way he's built.
You think so? You think so?
I bet you he puts a big salami. I bet you right there.
Yeah, but he can't see it, so what good is it?
Well, he can show it off.
That's all right.
Yeah, but suppose it's like, not that big, and he's going, take a look at this, man.
As long as it fits.
He just has like a thimble.
Yeah.
Like, look at it fucking swing around.
Like you, Eddie.
Just tell him. Look, hey, I know I can't do the helicopter. I know for a fact I can't do the helicopter. But I bet you Lawrence. I bet you Lawrence can use his dick as the blind guy stick.
Could be.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking.
Yes.
That's what I think. And he puts a little mayo in his salami. By the way, blind Lawrence, how the fuck are you? Even though we've been talking about your penis and your salami for a couple minutes.
Hi, I'm just I'm hanging in there. I just celebrated 600 episodes with the podcast.
Yes.
Very excited about that.
I saw that that's an accomplishment, baby.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you. And I'm going to be doing my very first official YouTube collaboration soon. Wait, hammer out some details. Going to be doing it with a. Again, you check out the channel Kitty Monk on YouTube, KITTYMONK, and her big thing is she talks about the cartoons like South Park, The Simpsons, Family Guy. So we'll be doing a South Park video together soon. It's going to be on the origin of South Park from when it got started in 1992 with the little construction paper cutouts and
Spirit of Christmas.
Yep.
Isn't that
That's
what
right.
it was?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure was. It was Jesus. It was Jesus versus Frosty in '92, and then a couple of years later, Brian Graydon. He was the guy who worked at Fox for a while. He saw it. He saw it. And he was like, "Hey, can you guys make another one?" And he's like, "Here's $2,000." So they made it for like $750. And so once they created it, Brian checked out and says, "Yeah, this is funny, but I can only send it to so many people." And the guy's like, "All right, fine." And he only made like 40 copies, and one of those people happened to be George Clooney, and George Clooney got a kick out of it, and he made and he made like 300 some copies, and then it got circulated, and then boom.
Here's a little tidbit for when you're on that girl show. Trey and Matt got the best is they were at a party, and somebody runs up to them and goes, "You gotta watch this fucking thing. You gotta see." And he goes, "Yeah, we made that."
Oh yeah.
And the best part was that other people were claiming that they made the South Park, the Spirit of Christmas, and they were getting jobs.
Right. Yeah.
With studios, Joe.
That's more common than you think.
I know, but they just flat out lied. Like, they were, "Oh yeah, we made that."
Yeah.
And then they were getting like animation fucking jobs with other players. But the best is like knowing full well that you could not recreate that magic. You mean like you took a job and they're like, "Oh, we like." Do you imagine if someone would have turned around and said, "Hey, we want you to make exactly what you made in this video," and they don't know how to fucking do it because that was made by two other dudes.
I think a reasonable facsimile.
Yeah.
I used to get that all the time in my studio. People would send in audition tapes of somebody else. They used to come in, they said, "Where's the other guy?"
It's a white guy.
Yeah.
A white guy shows up and Ricky's singing on the fucking reel.
The guy sounded like Luther Vandross. So all of a sudden he comes in, he sounds like Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi, my name is Steve. I like to sing. What do you sound like? Hey, funny you mention it. I bought a fucking tape.
Yeah.
There you go. This is what I sound like.
Yeah. For talk like Mickey Mouse.
Let's get it on.
I can't tell you how many times that happened to me. You know.
That's like I went on many porn auditions. And I told them I had a 3-foot cock.
And they didn't believe it.
And then I unzipped, and they said, "Well, where is it?" I said, "Not here. I have it at home."
Yeah.
So you lied to get past the audition process.
You want to see it? It's in the car. I'll take it out. I got it in the trunk.
Yeah. All right. On that note, Blind Lawrence, thank you for calling the program.
Thank you,
As
Lawrence.
always. Congratulations.
On the 600.
Congratulations on the 600. I hope that you do 669 with this chick.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that you have a great episode and a great YouTube collaboration with this Kitty, whatever the fuck she is. I forgot her name.
Kitty Bung.
Kitty
Bung.
Oh, I
Yeah,
like
Kitty
this.
Bung.
I like the touch of Kitty Bung.
Yeah.
That's nice. Thank you, Lawrence.
You're welcome. Make sure you check out the Lawrence Ross Show anywhere you get your podcast.
Okay.
We have to let him get the plug in because then it counts as a charity thing, and me and Billy get money. Thanks, Lawrence. Yeah.
Take it easy, guys.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, bud.
I got it for the Blind Society. The BS. The Blind Society.
I got to calculate our number of shows. We're well over 1,000.
Dude, we gotta be. We have to be. I gotta get Nick on that. Because there's gotta be a way to calculate it. We've done well over 5,000 shows, Joe.
Is that?
No, well, you got to figure at least once a week for 20 years.
Dude, WNJC to now, we have had to have done 5,000 shows. Had to have.
5,000. That's not 5,000 weeks.
Yeah, but there was a time you were on every day, right?
5,000 shows, whether they've been on the air or not, Joe.
There's only 52 weeks in a year, Eddie.
All right, so how many years have we been doing this?
20 years.
So, dude, that's a lot of weeks.
So that's 5 times 2 is 1,000 weeks.
Right. All right, so if you carry the one.
But there were times we did 2.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's a roundabout number.
We did those stupid My Gooms. Remember we had to tape the shows?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a whole bunch of tape shows that counts.
Yeah, but weren't you on every day at one time?
No. They didn't love
never?
us. No one ever loved us enough to give us 5 days a week.
Oh, that's one.
No. No, because when we first started, we started at a place WNJC.
Saturday night.
Which was but that was pay to play fucking radio.
Right before the preacher.
Yeah.
Oh what?
And we used to do this show, and then the preacher would go, "Save those boys! Those boys are bad."
He complained, and then we had a Jewish rabbi complain, and then they moved those guys out, and then we had something the entertainer.
He was great.
He was great because he would just show up high with chicks.
Yeah.
He was fucking phenomenal.
And there were times he would come in and he'd be like, you know what? You guys see this? Take this, put it on side A, play.
Yeah, I'm going to be in my car.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm going to go get blown. I'll be right back. And then he'd be like,
going to party.
The fucking car, he'd be like, oh, there goes, hey.
That's a nice way to come to work.
He was around the corner. He went up around the water tanks to the Wawa. Probably
get some food, got some booze.
Yeah, well, we used to have Baxter on the show. Baxter, the guy used to stick needles through his hand.
He passed away, though. By the way, Debbie did a little math.
Mm-hmm.
She said 52 times 20 is 1,040.
Yeah, well, that's approximately.
I still say 5,000, but I suck at math.
Yeah.
So 5,000 minus 1,040 will probably give us our exact number.
We actually started this version of the show in 2002, I think.
This version we doing now.
Also, by the way,
what we're doing
Lawrence, the More Like Radio days.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So how about this? Let's just say we've done 1 million hours, because that way you cover everything.
Yeah,
1 million hours of radio.
Yeah, there's a lot of hours.
And you know how they say that iron sharpens iron, and you only master your skill after you 1,000.
Who's messing with my programming?
Exactly, and now we're messing with everyone's programming because we're at 1,040.
When they put it in the Smithsonian, you know, we have a whole little
right
corridor
Wright
there.
Brothers plane.
Yeah.
And Apollo 13, right in the middle, will be us going. It'd be a big fat dummy of me going, we did 5,000 shows! 5,000!
It just seems like 5,000.
Yeah, goddamn. Anyway, in my mind, we gotta take a break.
Yeah, Amelia Earhart's panties.
Oh, Amelia Earhart's panties smell lost.
Could you imagine what they stunk like?
Oh, they smell like the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, God. Can you imagine? She was in that plane for 48 days.
Yeah.
This lacks the feel of professionalism.
Well, look, it's better than being in a sub.
No,
anyway,
yeah.
718-577-1389. It is the Hammer Radio Show. When we come back, comedian, rapper, astronaut, I don't know what the fuck this guy does everything. Chris Turner will be on the program, and we will have him. I want to have him do a freestyle. I want to just throw words at him and see if he can do it.
Ooh,
that's what we're going to do. It's the Hammer Radio Show.
I can do that.
By the way, Blind Lawrence, 1 million hours is about 114.0 years.
Ooh.
So.
These guys, what are they, calculators?
Hey, he's a math whiz.
What else is Lawrence doing? Come on. It's the Hammer Radio Show. We'll be right back after these words. Come on.
It's supposed to.
The Unfiltered Radio Network, hamradioshow.com. And now, a musical interlude.
This is our whole break.
Traveling with your Canadian mother, a gynecologist on shrooms, Jenna, the president tripping, liquid nitrogen, maybe marriage. It was probably slightly bested by gynecologist on shrooms. I do apologize for that. Well, Jeremy and Red are going to play the music. I'm going to make up the beats. The rap be as good as your suggestions. So let's go for it. I hope the rap's fun, 10 out of 10 there. One girl at the back shouting out, Jenna, that's my name. I imagine how you look, probably the long blonde hair, looking pretty cooking like a dime. Walking down the street, all the guys slobber when they walk past. They say, I want to meet this lady. What's her surname? We don't know. It's a mystery. Maybe put that O-shaped ring on the finger. You could be wedding. Then, before you go to bed, you should be heading to the gynecologist. Check, please. You gotta make sure there's no STDs or STIs inside. Man does too, and then maybe marriage is coming to you. But wait, step back, rewind there to the room. The OBGYN is consuming the shrooms 4 hours ago. Yes, I could see she was brewing up the mushrooms in the pot of the tea. Psilocybin sliding in the cup. She starts coming up and she's like, what the fuck? This is insane. The lady's there. I feel like I could climb inside her labia. It's like a big wet cave, the walls all pink. This is what a shroomy gynecologist thinks. I know this is slightly forward. If you're with your mum and you're bringing her for sure, you gotta be careful, should have warned. There's a white guy rapping. Maybe mum, you could spend this time napping, dreaming about things that you like more. Maple syrup, that's what you guys adore. And truck protests, oh yes bro. And people going, isn't he dishy Trudeau, the man? When you travel with your mum, I should ask, do you give her the upgrade and go first class? You've got to splash the cash. She pushed you out from inside, but her doctor didn't imbibe all the shrooms, because in Canada they're more regulated. If you've got a wart, then you should be persuaded to get it minus 40 and 50. Burn it off quickly, kind of liquidy. Nitrogen, that's different, you might guess. It's not like Fast and the Furious with the liquid nitrous. It's the liquid nitrogen. It looks like dry ice. A chemist over there is like my eyes are bulging in the back of my head. Last one, yeah, Biden, he's almost dead. He's like in his 80s, fucking old. He needs to have a handrail which he could hold, but he didn't. He stood there on stage. Why are you groaning at me and getting enraged? He's like, there's 2 years of my tenure, then 4 more, and then he collapsed fucking down onto the floor.
That was Chris Turner. Our next guest will be on his burner. He will be chillin' and telling stories. I got no games, I freestyle like that Billy nicknames.
Blow up the request lines with Demand the Ham. Tell them you want the Ham Radio Show on their airway. You won't regret it.
Demand the ham.
Celebrity voice impersonated. Hi, this is Jim Norton. You're listening to a guy who has bigger man tits than me, Uncle Eddie, the Ham Radio Show.
This portion of the show, added on to the millions of hours of radio that we have done, is brought to you by AsideTV.com. That's AsideTV.com, home of New York Ham. That's right, my TV show, New York Ham. Season 3 is going to start filming in August. If you want to be a part of it, drop us a line. Maybe we'll come see you. Maybe you got a cool business that you want me to come swing by. Maybe we'll do that to you. It is AsideTV.com. That's ASYTV.com. Ooh. Oh, you feel it, baby? Yeah.
I do.
Oh, it feels good. Oh, yeah.
I just touched
Put a little mayo in your salami.
Yeah.
Upcoming guest.
Now, fuck out of here.
Hashtag, put a little mayo in your salami.
So the upcoming guest, we got a little preview.
Yes, that was Chris Turner.
Yes, it was. Yes.
Rapping
while he's doing his
stand-up.
Yeah. There comes a point in time in it where like he just has people belt out random things and he'll make a whole story with it.
Yes. Yeah. Which is what we're going to try to make him do today on the show. Let's get him on the phone.
Really?
If he wants to.
No, fuck that. We're making him. He's our guest.
I'll show you.
Remember.
You want to be on this show, you got to rap.
That's it.
Hey, I'm looking for the wonderful and talented Chris Turner.
Ah, that is me. What a
Okay.
And he's modest, too.
Welcome to Ham Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris
That's the
Turner.
British way.
He's a comedian. He's a rapper. He's an astronaut, practicing gynecologist, and a rabbi. He's everything that you need. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Turner is on the phone.
I'm a practicing gynecologist, too.
Me, too. I like to muff dive. And that's how I make sure my girls
Yeah,
are
I mean,
okay.
I fake it.
I'm just amazed. I'm amazed you knew all of my jobs despite those not being on my resume.
Well, there's a little thing called Wikipedia, sir. Just saying.
Word travels fast.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the business, I'm in the business. We'll figure it out, Chris. So the amazing thing, because we just played, Billy just played a sample of you on doing your stand-up and the audience shouting out things that you had to put into a rap, and you did a flow, and you dropped bars, as they say on the street.
Oh, yeah.
My question is, how the fuck did a British guy, a white British guy, and become a rapper? Where does that start? Where does that process happen? Because you're also a stand-up. So where does the rap part come in, though?
So it starts accidentally and illegally.
Good
Back
job.
in the day of of file sharing when everyone was downloading their music from LimeWire and Kazaa and Napster, all the stuff that Lars Ulrich from Metallica hates. I used to ask this Somalian British kid at my school called Khalid. He would get you any album you wanted. So I'm like, hey, I want all these Nirvana albums. And he would burn them onto CD for you. But like the Nirvana albums were 45 minutes long, so there'd be half an hour left on the CD. Right. And he hated to see, like, you know, the CD unused.
Yeah.
So he would just fill it up with songs that he liked. And he loved Dr. Dre, he loved Snoop Dogg, he loved Eminem. So I ended up listening to all these songs, being like, you know what, this is pretty cool. And I started then, like, trying to get the full albums of, like, Outkast Stankonia album with Miss Jackson on, and Bombs Over Baghdad, and, like, all these incredible records. And I listened to them, I was like, these are amazing. Like, how can anyone be so smart that they can just make this up? Because my dumb British brain thought that rap music was made up, right? You know, the first time you watch stand-up, you're like, they're just making up stories. That's incredible.
Right.
That was how I felt about rap. I felt that Eminem, that Dre, that Snoop, they were all just freestyling these incredible lyrics. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. I want to do that. And that's how I, from the age of 12, started doing it.
Oh, okay.
So when did your dumb British brain figure out that they were writing stuff down?
Oh.
I think it was a gradual process, because I'd be doing it and some people would be like, nah, you're wrong. I'm like, no, I don't think you understand. Freestyling is this thing. And they're like, yeah, but no one does it. I'm like, no, I think they do it. I think you're giving them less credit. And then when I got to university, I started doing improvised comedy. And we had these games where the audience would, you know, just at any point the audience could say, rap. And you'd have to suddenly, in the scene you were performing, you'd have to start rapping. And it turned out that I was quite good at it without realizing this was a marketable skill, because, you know, who wants to see a white British guy rap? It turns out a lot of people, but I didn't know it back then.
You have a very interesting, does the accent fuck you up when you're doing it?
Or does it help?
Yeah.
I think it helps people understand it. I think, you know, if you just listen to a couple of modern rap songs, your ear isn't really attuned to it. If you're just like an average listener who's not paying a lot of attention, so you might not get the slang, you might not get it. There'll be kind of like little ad-libs, kind of, you know, moves between words. But because I have that British accent, it means the words stand out a little bit more and are a bit more decipherable. When I rap also, my voice will change depending on the beat. I try and fit it into the beat, right? Like Nicki Minaj is like a maestro when it comes to using different voices over different beats and switching them up in the middle. And that was something I always liked doing, to kind of change my tone to fit the music or the topic, right? Like, I love, if someone suggests something vaguely European, I love being able to do an accent from Europe to fit that.
And by the way, if you don't know, Chris Turner has the same size ass as Mickey Minaj. Just so you know. He's gone 100%.
It's the only thing we have in common.
Yes, two big dumpers. Like, boom! Look at those cheeks. That's what Chris brings to the table. Also brings a great stand-up career, and that's the thing. Like, I want to venture out of the rap game for a second, because I know that's your niche, and that's the cool thing there. But the stand-up game, because you are a regular at the Comedy Cellar, right?
Yeah. I was there the last 2 nights. I did 6 shows there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So the Comedy Cellar, which is usually the best of the best, hang out at the Comedy Cellar, and to become a regular, you have to be a tremendous, you know, stand-up to do that. Like, because there's the legendary big table at the Comedy Cellar where everybody, like Norton and Colin Quinn and all
Quinn, Keith Robinson.
Yeah, the big table where everyone sits, and it's kind of like Jesus and the other 12, just hanging out, and like they're freaking like. So, are you ever at the big table?
I mean, that's where you sit when you're there, and the more you sit there, the more you get into it. And a lot of the comics will always talk about how, it's different now. it's different. Back in the day when Patrice was there, he'd be roasting everyone.
Yeah.
And you're like, it sounds like back in the day, people were mean. Like, I think now people are a bit kinder, but that's just because like Norton and Quinn and Robinson are all a bit older and a bit friendlier, right? But it's so intimidating. When you first, like, I have a friend who came with me and he's like, oh, I sit down and then I forgot that I'm at the table, and he sat at a different table. I was like, dude, do you not like me anymore? He's like, no, that's the table. I can't sit there. And like, I go there for brunch shows on Sundays, and I bring my daughter with me. Like, I have photos of my daughter sat at the table. And like, to me, it's, you know, it's this friendly, welcoming place. But yeah, when you first start playing the cellar, oh my gosh, you don't want to sit down there because people are like, you know, everyone's nice, but if they haven't seen you, they're going to be a bit like, okay, who are you to sit down here? Right. And then once you start gigging together and they're like, oh no, you're good.
Well, that's what
then it's like this beautiful family.
But that's what I'm talking about. The table itself is legendary. Like, it's been in movies. When Chris Rock did that movie, I forgot what the Top 5, whatever it was, when he filmed that Sirius 2, he did this movie, and he does about 60% of the movies at the cellar. And he comes out and he shows the table and shows everybody sitting at the table, and it was like this epic thing, and that's why everyone was laughing when I said like Jesus and the 12 apostles, but it is like the creme de la creme sit there in judgment over you, and it's like you got to make sure these fuckers laugh, because if they ain't laughing, you ain't doing your job. And these guys have been there, you know, and women too. They've been there, they've seen it all. I'm not, you know, every time I say these guys, I don't want some asshole. You left out women. Now I have to write a letter. It's holy ground is my point. The Comedy Cellar is a holy ground. So for you to be on that stage working all those times, you got to be first off and foremost a talent. I've seen a couple of your things. I saw you when you were on the Late Show with
that was great.
Stephen Colbert. There, you did great stand up, and you rapped, and you did all the good stuff. What's next for you? I know you're playing Helium. That's why you're here. You're on the show. You're playing Helium in Pennsylvania. But what else?
I don't think we've got we haven't actually got the Pennsylvania one we did a couple of months ago. We've got a bunch of dates coming up all around the place over the rest of the year. But I'll be back in Helium. I'm just doing a bunch of shows, like, you know, like starting to kind of, you know, I moved to New York about a year ago. I've been just working really hard in the city, doing a lot of spots at the cellar, working on a lot of, you know, jokes. And I'm just starting to hit the road this September, just kind of hitting up clubs all over the country and like going places I've never been before. Like, I've never been to Texas, and I'm going to be doing a bunch of shows in Texas, which, you know, it's one of the joys of doing comedy. You get to travel. I'm excited, like, as someone who grew up watching so much American TV and American movies, to go to places that I only know from movies. Like, I'm flying to Detroit tomorrow. I've been to Detroit a couple of times, but like the first time you go to Detroit, you're like, this is Detroit, or like you go to Chicago, this is Chicago. And it's so exciting to me as someone who's from a completely different world.
Of course.
To be able to go there, but realize that everyone is connected by this, you know, this universal language of just making people laugh.
All right, let's take a vote. Chicago or Detroit? Not Chicago. Fuck that. Texas or Detroit? Billy, Ricky, and Joe. Which one does he have more of a chance of getting shot?
Oh, Texas.
Texas?
Detroit.
I would say Detroit.
Oh,
Detroit's
yeah.
always been
Well,
dead for years.
So that's what I'm saying. Bring protection, and not just the one you put in your wallet.
Texas
Bring
has
protection, Chris.
more guns per capita. Everybody carries a gun in Texas.
Yeah, Texas, the mailman has a gun. Everybody has a gun in Texas.
My dog has a gun in Texas.
Damn right.
Carries it around his collar.
So
if they don't like you, they'll shoot you in a minute out there.
They'll shoot you anyway, yeah. All right, so speaking of fucking if they don't like you, Chris, when did you, by the way, we're talking to Chris Turner, stand-up comic and rapper, meteorologist. He does a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, ChrisTurnerComedy.com for the website, so you get all his dates and everything else, and maybe you go see him in Detroit, Texas, Chicago, everywhere else. I always find this interesting, and I love to ask stand-ups this, Chris. When did you know you were good? Like, how long until you were on a stage and you're like, you know what? I can fucking actually do this comedy thing. I can actually
feel
do
good
this.
about it.
Yeah, I don't suck.
Yeah, I think one thing that all stand-ups have in common is they are oblivious to how bad they are right at the start.
Of course.
I think we think we are amazing from our first ever show. Like my third gig, I didn't get booed off stage. I got silenced off stage. The audience were silent, and I left the stage. And I wrote down in my notebook 5 out of 10. Like that. That's how much of an idiot you have to be.
But you gotta have that confidence.
I thought it was good.
You gotta have that confidence,
Yeah.
otherwise it's just not gonna work.
Yeah, but that, Joe, when the audience is silent, and he's saying 5 out of 10, that's a little delusional. I'm just saying, it's a little delusional.
You gotta believe, man. You gotta believe.
No, you can believe in yourself, but you gotta also know when the shit is shit.
Well, I'm sure you do deep down, but you really, to always improve and make yourself better and all that. But if you don't have that ego that I'm good, I'm better than anybody out there, I'm just getting in there, I have no faith in you.
Yeah, but Chris is absolutely right. Some stand-ups shouldn't have that right out of the box. Like if you were in like Chris Turner on stage,
not that they deserve it. I don't know if they deserve it.
Let me ask Chris, since he's on, our guest. Chris, when you first started, you didn't think you were the greatest thing since sliced bread, did you?
No, not at all. Because you love to get into comedy. You love comedy, so you look at the people that you think are funny, and you want to be as funny as them. You know that you're not, but you think you could be.
Yeah, of course.
Well, that's confidence. You have to have the confidence to know.
The confidence is there, Joe. For you to have the ability, like a Chris Turner or any other stand-up we've had, even Tommy Davidson, who we've had on the show, like any big names, comic that we've had, for you to get onto a stage, that takes confidence. The same way like Chris Bauer was just talking about doing theater. You know what I mean? Like you gotta have the balls to stand on a stage and be in the middle of a spotlight. And then the worst part,
you gotta believe you're good enough to be there.
And the worst part is with a comic, I gotta make you fucking laugh.
People go there. Some people with really bad attitudes going, "Well, make me laugh."
Yeah.
Arms and they stare at you until.
So wait, we didn't even let Chris answer the question. Chris, when did you know you were good?
I think, and it links to this, right? In the UK, everyone's least favorite place to do shows is a city called Liverpool. Okay. Which is this incredible city for nightlife. Like, everyone's drunk all the time. Liverpool, obviously, home to great music. But the comedy club, if you walk on stage, within the first 10 seconds, the audience, they can tell if you're funny or not. They know. They can just feel it. And if you don't make them laugh within the first 30 seconds, they will give you the worst time of your life. They will just tear you to pieces. It's like being sat at the table in the Comedy Cellar, but with 300 people all just telling you how terrible you are, what you look like, that you've messed up your life. I would say the first time I ever did like a full weekend of shows in Liverpool, and someone asked me where I was gigging, and I was like, yeah, I did these shows in Liverpool, it went really well. People were like, wait, you didn't get heckled? I'm like, no, I handled it. They're like, you must be doing well. Like, that might be the time, and that might have been 6 or 7 years into doing stand-up where I was able to kind of hold my own in a rowdy club on a weekend and being like, tell you what, I must be pretty good to manage a weekend in Liverpool.
I heard a good story that 4 guys from Liverpool, they actually made it.
Yeah.
They did a good job.
Yeah, but they spent a lot of time in Germany.
Yeah, and they sucked on stage in the beginning.
That's it. They spent so much time in Hamburg. Yeah, they had to get good in Hamburg before they dare play in Liverpool.
Oh, there you go.
And they didn't do comedy.
No. I mean, some of their songs, they did.
Some would argue.
The early stuff.
Yeah.
The early stuff.
Fucking Yellow Submarine. We're talking to Chris Turner, stand-up comic, philosopher, Tomb Raider, also rapper. While we have you on, Chris, would it be possible to get you to freestyle, and we give you weird shit that you have to make into a rap?
Sure, we can do that. It might sound kind of weird because we've got to have a beat in the background, but I'll keep that low, and you tell me what you want to rap about.
Chris is providing the beat. Awesome, even better. That's even better. All right, so we need like some weird shit. I want to test the skill level of Chris Turner. So I want to mine, Chris. I want you to somehow throw in the words aborted fetus.
Make it easy.
Yeah. Aborted fetus.
Aborted fetus. Ricky, give him something to throw into the rap.
Yeah, go to somebody. Let me think of something.
All right, we'll go to somebody else because you're obviously not prepared. Let's go to Billy. Billy, give. So far, we have aborted fetus on the board.
I know. Now Cheese Whiz sounds so
No,
bad.
no, Cheese Whiz great. Cheese Whiz, that's great. All right, so Cheese Whiz, aborted fetus. Ricky, do you have one yet?
Outdoor movie theater.
Outdoor movie theater. Oh, this is
An
gonna be
outdoor
fucking hard.
movie theater. Thank you for providing providing something more every day.
Yeah. Oh, come on. You've never seen an aborted fetus. Let's stop. And let's go to Joe. Joe, so far we have aborted fetus, Cheese Whiz, outdoor movie theater. Give him a word, Joe.
Mr. Hitler.
Mr. Hitler. Oh, this is perfect. This will play good at Hamburg. All right, listen.
Cheese Whiz and Hitler. Everybody knows Hitler hated cheese.
Yes, it's a known thing. Him and Aver Braun used to fight about it all the time.
Well, I think
all right, so here's the list for Chris Turner. We have aborted fetus. We have Cheese Whiz, outdoor movie theater, and what was it, Mr. Hitler?
Mr. Hitler.
Mr. Hitler.
Perfect.
All right, Chris
Perfect.
Turner, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm dropping a little beat. It's coming through. As long as you can hear me, it doesn't matter if you can hear the music. I can hear it. This is a freestyle. That is a rap made up on the spot based entirely on suggestions about all those things. Aborted fetus, Cheese Whiz, outdoor movie theater, and Mr. Hitler. And we'll start with the most mundane, and we'll take it on from there. Eddie's saying, please, Chris, I need this. Serve it up, spread it out nice like Cheese Whiz. I might boast that I put the cheese on toast. It's like the spread there in the jar, if you know. Basically, it's so yellow and thick. Made by Kraft, I'm a Cheese Whiz addict. It's like crack to me. I keep it there in my pantry, there in the cupboard. Always got it on handsy. I take it as a snack. Do a big yawn, then I put it down my throat like a bit of popcorn, and I'm near to the screen there in the theater, not inside, outdoor yet. I can hear the crickets chirping in the back of the car. It's a drive-in there, movie theater. What am I watching? Yeah, you know, I acknowledge this. Indiana Jones 5, amateur archaeologist. Like you said, I was a Tomb Raider. Oh no, I impregnated someone with babies. I don't want it later. Makes me weak. If you're in Iowa, don't wait for 6 weeks, because they banned that stuff. I know they taught it. You need this, not Cheese Whiz, but fetus aborted. I know it might look opposite of the color. Maybe red, maybe yellow. I'll be spending the dollar, and I'm looking so evil. I'll be preferring. Hello there. I'm a man who's German. I'm serving so many abhorrent crimes. But if you call me Mr., me or my, I be wake up. Yes, you know that I was born. I be married to Miss Ava Brown, and I killed myself down in my bunker now. But it's okay, Mr. Hitler, I hunker down. One thing, I think about this in my dream. If I travel back past in the time machine, I'm gonna go to the lady who be Hitler's mum, and I give her a bit of plan B, saying get rid of the baby now. Need to rid it, evacuate, won't get it out. That's the thing that we solve when we see this rap about how Mr. Hitler became that aborted fetus.
Yeah. Really good.
All right.
That's cool, man.
Now I wanna buy the album. I wanna buy the album.
Very cool.
Chris
Well,
Turner's
the
new
album's
album.
name is Mr. Hitler, the aborted fetus.
That's a good title.
I like when he was spreading it like Cheese Whiz, Billy. Come on, it's good stuff. That was like mayo on salami. You know what I'm saying? It's good stuff.
Spread it on
Leave
Ava
my
Braun.
salami alone, man.
It's such an incredible talent. Like, actually, hey, remember the topics that are brought up.
Yep.
Then lay them out and get
pluck
them
them
all,
out of thin air and then make them fit. Yeah.
all intertwined.
Yeah, that's definitely a gift.
By the way,
And
the-
it's funny.
Facebook Live is going nuts. People are giving him a standing O.
A standing O.
Good job.
Oh,
Good
that's
job.
very kind. I appreciate them.
So, you know what? Tell them where you're going to be, where you're going to be performing so they can do that. Because you do this in your act. This is part of your act. So tell them where to go.
No, this is part of the tour. So head to ChrisTurnerComedy.com or BritishComedian.com for the actual states, but I'm coming through to Atlanta, to Dallas. I'll be in North Carolina, and then we're going to be coming through to Portland, Oregon, LA, and then later in the year, going to be doing some stuff up in Austin and then Denver. And there's more dates being added all the time.
Let me
I'll be in
right
more
now.
than those just places.
Let me tell you right now, in Texas, do the aborted fetus one. That's going to go
Oh,
over
no,
well.
they'll go crazy. They'll go crazy.
What's a place with a lot of Jews? L.A.?
Florida.
Mr. Hitler.
New York.
No, besides that, because he said he's playing L.A. I'm going from his repartee where he's playing. Wow. So a Mr. Hitler song in L.A. might actually, flow well. So I'm saying, I'm thinking.
I mean, also, the cheese whiz, given how many lactose intolerant people are in California.
True, yes.
Oh, Billy, you might have started something. You might cause more problems than Hitler or an aborted fetus, Billy. You see where you started?
You never know.
God damn it.
I'm good.
Chris, you are a talent. Let me tell you that right now. The talent, Chris Turner. That should be your name now. The talent, Chris Turner. Chris Turner, Billy, what was the website again? Go ahead.
Chris Turner Comedy. Oh, sorry, Billy. I'll let you do it.
Chris Turner Comedy.
Yeah, but now Billy, you have to do it in the British accent. Chris Turner Comedy.com.
Right,
oh my gosh, it's just like being back home.
It's like, we're all fucking cockney over here. ChrisTurnerComedy.com, you bastard. That's what we do.
Hey, do it in the Italian accent.
Oh, it's ChrisTurnerComedy.com. Vaffanculo tutti quanti. You fucking salami
fucking
with your
watch.
up your fucking ass.
Fucking watching.
There you go. Round of applause for Chris
All right.
Turner.
All right.
Yes.
Chris, thank you for being on the program, sir.
Thank you, Head.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a delight.
Anytime, sir. You have an open invitation. You want to come back? The door is wide open for you, sir.
I will take you up on that. Can't wait to see what you want to rap about next time.
Yeah.
Ooh, let me start my list now.
Yeah.
We'll work on it.
Yeah, soiled panties.
How do I top aborted fetus?
Ooh.
Come on, let's
Yeah,
think
that
of
was
something.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, there are a couple of ways.
Well, maybe she keeps the baby this time. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, guys. Cheers. Speak to you soon. Cheers.
Thank you, man. Cheers. I like saying cheers because a lot of the
Cheers.
British people say cheers when
Cheers.
they don't say goodbye. They say cheers.
They say cheers. They
Cheerio,
cheers.
chip, chip, cheerio.
Cheerio.
Let's do the rest of the show in British.
That's-
people.
I'd say.
That's going back though. When they still say Cheerio.
Cheerio, chip, chip, cheerio. Oh,
Hey, cornflakes.
yeah, cornflakes and Cheerios. I like Chex Mix. Is what we
Special
need.
K.
Special K with chocolate milk. Delicious.
Raisin bran.
All I know is the prostitution thing where they would go, oh yeah, you're going back to get back on the bloody game, won't you?
Oh,
You know,
hey,
yeah.
Well, bloody is like a dirty word.
Yeah, I know that's a
You're like, it's like saying fuck you.
Although-
bloody game.
Yeah.
Even though I know that Trevor, the Q1043 morning show producer, who listens to our show,
Yes, he does.
probably takes our ideas.
No, he goes, I'll never do a bit like
Well, that's what I'm
Never
saying.
do a bit like
He
that.
takes our ideas and he goes, I'm not doing that shit. I would not soil Jim Kerr with that crap that Eddie just did. He just pointed out, how dare you have a Brit on right after the 4th of July. Look, let me point out.
We won, you know.
Yeah, we won. They lost. We're fine. Just saying.
America's birthday only gets one day.
That's it.
Hey,
It's not a pride
they get a
month or
birthday month.
anything.
Happy birthday, America, for the whole month.
No, they don't do that in this country.
We should try. We'll give them a chance.
We celebrate Cinco de Mayo a lot longer than we do.
Hey, Trevor. Trevor, by the way, Jim just had on the guy that played Bert Kreischer in The Machine as the young kid.
Yes.
Send him our way.
Yeah,
and then we'll hold him ransom, and then we'll get Bert on the show. Everything works out. Everything works out.
Bert's not coming.
He's gonna come. Shut up, Billy. Don't take this dream away from me.
Cover your butt.
I'm gonna cover my butt because I put a little mayo on the salami.
Papa's tricycle, yeah.
They will not let the shit go. Will
Well,
you?
look. By the way, we are looking for a new shirt. Right now, one of the contenders needs to be mayo. Yeah, no, needs to be. Do you put mayo in your salami? Or like
Mayo
a big
on
arrow,
salami.
an arrow pointing down and just says, sauce up your salami. Like something. We got to work on it. It's on the planning stage.
Make that sandwich good.
Put my salami between your buns.
That's right.
Like something like that.
Don't fuck
Write
my
this down,
sandwich.
Bill. What are you doing?
I'm going to stick to my way. I'm going to try the mustard.
Don't you ever bring a mayonnaise and salami sandwich in the studio. Don't you ever show up with a mayonnaise and salami.
I would love to have Ricky.
You know what? It's
Ricky,
probably good.
No, it's not good.
All right, Ricky, here's what you do.
Have you ever tried it?
Ricky, make us all a nice giant hero of salami
No,
and mayo.
no.
And we'll all do a taste test.
No way.
And if we don't like it, you get to punch Joe. How's that? I like this idea.
Yeah.
My cousin Eddie was a sick fucking bastard. He used to take chicken and dip it in grape jelly. And he used to make me annoyingly sick all the time.
Wait, you take the chicken that was already cooked?
Cooked chicken, of course, not eating it raw.
No, I didn't know that he'd cook it in the grape jelly.
No, he would just dip it in a jar of Welch's grape jelly.
Wait, so he just take regular old everyday chicken?
Yeah, like eating chicken.
No, like a piece of fried chicken?
Fried chicken, and he didn't care. It was just as long as chicken.
Dip in grape jelly.
Yeah. I'm dipping in grape jelly.
That's fucking revolting.
Well, my sister used to have a craving, and this is true, for Bosco and cottage cheese. Bosco cottage cheese sandwich. Oh, I eat that shit, man.
Oh, that's
people eat weird shit, man. Like you eat salami and bananas.
Salami and bananas?
Salami and bananas.
This guy thinks it's mayonnaise, banana.
Yeah, salami and a honey bun, yeah. You know, but
I would eat salami and a honey bun over salami and mayonnaise. For Christ's sake.
Well, what about salami and bananas? That's so good?
I don't know, Joe.
Wait, hold on.
Give us a report.
It could be like eating salami and plantain.
Sort of lesbian Sarah there. Pepper jelly will change your life. I love pepper jelly. Pepper jelly, I'm a big fan. My mother loves pepper jelly. And the place where we used to get the pepper jelly now is that Christmas tree shop. They're closing all the Christmas trees.
Yeah, why is that?
Because
not Christmas anymore?
Yeah, Joe.
I don't know.
Shut up.
Well, no, I like American cheese on my peanut butter sandwich. I do. I take a slice of old Kraft American cheese on my peanut butter sandwich. It's great.
All right, so now you're not allowed to talk at all and make fun of Ricky.
Yeah.
Ricky's at least, he's putting a meat with a condiment.
Yeah.
You're putting peanut butter and cheese like you're a mouse.
It works great.
Can someone go get me one of them spring traps? And we'll put a cheese and peanut butter on it and let Joe eat.
You know, we're all criticizing, but the truth is, we should all be open-minded and try it.
Yeah.
You know, we should try before we say, ooh.
Because mine ain't that far off. Mayonnaise on salami with lettuce, tomatoes, little onions, and put pepper.
Little onions is a nice touch.
Little pepper with oil and vinegar.
You ever put roasted peppers on a sandwich? Roasted peppers?
Huh?
Roasted
peppers. This is the only radio show that talks about sandwiches for a full hour.
Try it. I never tried the peppers on.
Billy just broke the microphone.
Hey,
on
Joe.
sandwiches.
Yes.
Joe,
yes.
I have a 100 barbiturate sandwich for you. That and a nice big glass of methadone. Willing to try it?
But you gotta mix the methadone with the strawberry quick.
Barbiturates
It
and
stays
milk.
really pink.
But you don't have the lactate milk. You have the regular milk.
I'm lactose intolerant. I can't do the barbiturates.
I'll take the barbiturates. It's
Sorry.
okay.
718-577-1389. It is the Ham Radio Show. Let's take a break because we do have the one and only Nova Scotia Know-It-All, Frankie. Ooh, McDonald waiting in the sidelines. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll do the WTF News right after these words.
7:14.
Mayo.
If you were a gentleman, I would speak to you. I was speaking at you, sir.
Missed an episode of the Ham Radio Show? Not to worry. You can download the latest episode, as well as past shows, on hamradioshow.com. Go to hamradioshow.com and click on the downloads link.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
You need to watch New York Ham on Asai TV. Asai TV and New York Ham. What a combo!
I will be right by your side. Women can have it all, including heart attacks. But symptoms like jaw pain, nausea, unusual fatigue, dizziness, and backache are often different and more subtle than for a man. The fact is, heart disease is the #1 killer of women. Know the signs. Learn more at getheartcheck.org. from Women's Heart Alliance in partnership with Women Heart.
DallasNovelty.com, America's adult toy store, was launched in 2003 by a pure entrepreneur named Mahler. Since Dallas Novelty's inception, it has grown into a mega site for pleasure products offering over 17,000 items and has a strong following that rivals some of the largest online adult retailers. The two top adult business publications, XCIZ and AVN, have recognized DallasNovelty.com for our hard work and dedication to offering the best pleasure products available and the best service. The site has been consistently nominated year after year by industry award shows for their success in the e-commerce field in selling sex toys and other adult products. Our state-of-the-art warehousing system has everything ready to ship directly to you. You will get your package fast and always discreet. We ship discreet packages to customers from all walks of life, from A-list celebrities, porn stars, politicians, and 89-year-old next-door neighbor lady ordering her new sex machine. We give the same discretion to all of our customers. All orders are packaged in plain brown cardboard boxes, USPS Priority Mail Express boxes, or UPS FedEx packaging. We offer unmatched customer service with a toll-free customer service phone line, 1-888-638-0682, or a quick email response at sales@dallasnovelty.com. Remember, we have the fastest shipping in the industry. To find the right sex toys or vibrators for you, please take a look at dallasnovelty.com, America's adult toy store. You will love it. dallasnovelty.com.
Or you get different varieties.
So I got a question for you, boss.
Tired of boring radio? 3 songs, then 15 minutes of mind-numbing commercials only to hear the same 3 songs again, just in a different order. You need to call your local stations and demand the ham. Flood the inboxes of everyone you can at your local station. Blow up the request lines with Demand the Ham. Tell them you want the ham radio show on their airwaves. You won't regret it.
Demand the ham.
Don't forget to sponsor his maritime legend, Frankie McDonald's latest weather forecast for the world. And while you wait for that,
my Twitter is @FrankieMcD, my Facebook is Frankie McDowell, and my Instagram is Frankie McD 1984, my TikTok is Frankie McDowell 1984. I'm Frankie McDowell. You're listening to a ham radio show.
This is just me doing this because I had to kill time because I fucking didn't load the thing I needed to load. I also have to get Frankie McDonald on the line for the Ham Radio Show WTF News, which is about to happen right fucking now.
Live from the WTF Newsroom, it's What the Fuck Action News.
Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
Why? Because we can.
Yes, it is the WTF News waiting on the line as we speak. Oh, I hit the button. Hold on, let me do it again. Waiting on the line, the one and only maritime legend, Nova Scotia know-it-all. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Frankie McDonald.
Frankie.
Frankie, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great so far. There's a lot of heavy rain going on in Sydney, Nova Scotia right now. There's a whole lot of rain in Wisconsin heading towards Michigan right now. It's going to there's a tropical storm Calvin may head towards Hawaii next week sometime. In the southern Hawaii, tropical storm Calvin's going to aim towards Hawaii if possible, according to the weather boy Mike Sweater Page Spaghetti Models Guide. It's going to bring a lot of rain and thunderstorms all across New York City on Friday and Saturday, all across the eastern United States. It's going to bring a lot of downpours with thunderstorms on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It's going to bring a whole lot of heavy rain all across the eastern United States with hot and humid conditions. It's going to bring more rain all across New York next week as well. There's a lot of rain going on in New York. There's a lot of flooding in Vermont and things like this. It's going to bring deadly heat waves in California, Oregon, Washington. It's going to bring deadly heat waves and a lot of thunderstorms to British Columbia so far, in the interior of British Columbia. It's going to bring a really, really bad heat wave in Arizona and Nevada, including Utah and Colorado and Nebraska and Dakotas and those places. It's going to bring really bad heat waves, including Texas, Alabama. It's going to bring a whole lot of rain. The entire eastern United States Friday and Saturday coming up. And Trevor Garner's doing great. Kimberly Schreier's doing great. So is Savannah's doing great. So is Dragon Lady's doing great so far. Trevor Garner's doing great so far. And he's doing a great job doing the Trevor's Happy Hour show every Sunday night. And I'm on Compound Media in High Water Show, Chino, Wisconsin today. I met a new girl on Chrissy Mayor's Quest about a Monday night. And Cowboy Frank Del Bobblehead's now been released on National Bobblehead Hall of Fame website. It's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. As of right now, things are going great so far where I live in Sydney, Nova Scotia. It's raining outside right now. It's been heavy rain on Wednesday morning as well in Sydney, Nova Scotia. And on the Vancouver, British Columbia, it's going to get a whole lot of rain the next few months later. They had a volcano just erupted in Iceland, spewing a volcano ash up in the sky. It was really, really bad volcano. All airplanes, helicopters, all aircrafts, like commercial airplanes, all any type of aircraft, drones, and things like this, have to avoid the volcanic ash in Iceland. Stay away from lava. And if you see lava, stay completely away from lava because lava is very dangerous.
Yes. What other radio show is going to teach you not only that it's going to rain this whole weekend when they do the weather, but stay away from lava.
Yes, it's
It's dangerous.
I would do that definitely.
Thank you,
Yes,
Frankie,
it's very
for that.
dangerous.
Thank you.
They had a snowstorm in South Africa. It was really bad, really cold temperatures in South Africa. Bring lots of snow in the mountains in New Zealand as well. It's their wintertime right now. Then down below Antarctic Circle, their sunrise is not till the end of August. Not till the end of second half of July.
Africa the lava.
No.
Because it's cold over there. Send them the lava. Billy, hear me out. We somehow make a pipeline from that volcano that's coming right to Africa. They get the lava. They get warmed up. They can eat gazelles, whatever they do over there. They're crazy. And then they enjoy themselves. Nice fresh lava. Warm you right up.
Right.
Chef's kiss.
You talking about my people, man?
I'm talking about your
Yes,
people.
and did you hear about
Try
this?
to help them.
Over in Japan, they brought a lot of rain in Japan. Right now in India, all the washouts and things like this. A lot of rain going on in Japan and India. They brought so much rain in India, causing washouts and things like this. If you want to follow my social media, my Twitter is @FrankieMacD. My Facebook is Frankie MacDonald. My Instagram is Frankie MacD1984. My TikTok is FrankDown1984. My Clapper is FrankDown1984. My Twitch is FrankDown1984. My Snapchat is FrankieMacDon. My YouTube channel is Dogs Wolves. And my LinkedIn is Frankie MacDonald. Best luck to you. I'm Frankie Dog. You're listening to Ham Radio Show every Wednesday night.
Frankie, before you go, Billy had a question for you.
I was going to ask, any of this rain
Yeah.
helping with the wildfires going on?
Yes, a lot of wildfires going on in British Columbia right now. Joey Only Caribou Weather Dude's currently fighting fires right now. And I'll say hi to James Samuel Jackson because he got in the picture with you, Eddie.
That wasn't Samuel L. Jackson. That was George Wallace, but you can tell Sam Jackson that I said hello, okay?
That's because they all look alike.
All right, thank you, Frankie, for doing the weather. We love you. Frankie McDonald, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay,
Round of
Frankie.
applause. We love you, Frankie.
Frankie, thank you very much.
There you go.
All Hollywood black people look alike.
That's
You know
right.
that happened? That happened to Sam Jackson?
What's that?
Sam Jackson was on some show in L.A.
Right,
And
I've seen that.
Yeah,
clip.
and the filmer, the movie reviewer.
He thought it was Wesley Snipes, right?
No. He started talking. No, he started telling him like, "Why did you do that commercial for the Super Bowl?" And he goes, "What are you talking about?" And the guy's talking about Morgan Freeman the whole time. And Sam Jackson's like, "No, that's the other one." He goes, "That's the other famous black guy, not me." Oh, that's hilarious. Everyone thought, by the way, that was
Wesley
Sam.
Snipes.
First off, how dare? Because first off, George Wallace, comedian legend George Wallace, who might be also coming on the show too.
That'd be great.
George Wallace is a thick man. I wouldn't say fat. He's big. He's like
a big guy,
he's a tall guy.
He's a big guy.
He's stocky.
He's
stocky.
substantial.
Substantial. Sam Jackson
He's a stick.
is a stick. Why? Because they're both black guys wearing Kangol hats in the picture. Why does everyone think he wasn't the only one that thought that was Sam Jackson?
I know.
A lot of people thought.
I did see that.
He probably gets that a lot. Yeah.
Oh my God! But a lot of people. How bad is Sam Jackson's day going?
Yeah.
That's what they think Sam Jackson looks like. And no offense to George Wallace, but they're not even on the same
And they're
planet.
very distinct actors. I mean, they act. You know, one is Driving Miss Daisy, Shawshank Redemption. The other guy is Pulp Fiction. And, it's a big difference.
Joe, you just confused Morgan Freeman with George Wallace and fucking Sam Jackson.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. We're talking about George Wallace.
Oh, I'm not
You're
talking about
saying-
George Wallace.
I know you're not.
Jackson playing in everything.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on for a minute. We have a phone call anyway.
What was that guy you know?
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Ricky, can you please write the NAACP? We got a problem with Joe. Who's on my phone? 208. Who's on the phone?
This is Sarah.
Hey, Sarah. How you doing, kid?
Sarah, before you start talking, the WTF News, which we're really in right now, but we're not really doing anything, is brought to you by, of course, xsuit.com. That's xsuit.com. For more information, please go to the letter X, suit.com.
Yes.
Sarah, what's up?
So, Falafel Hut and I are going to be moving in together next month.
Oh, how nice.
Does he put mayo on his salami?
No, he actually hates mayo.
Good for him.
I can do a little thin layer, and that's cool. But I have a question for you guys and some of the listeners if they want to
6 inches.
participate. No.
Oh.
Okay, so worst roommate experience of your life?
I would say it's this every Wednesday of my life from 6:30 to 9:30. That's where I draw the line, my friend. I don't really. I mean, I'm 90% of my life I'm living with Amanda in Brooklyn, so that's kind of like we're roomies.
Right.
So there's a lot of getting used to like certain people's thing. Like I'm not saying me. I'm not Snow White in this. But I'm saying like the interaction. So that's like really my only thing. By the way, congratulations to the love of my life, who passed a very hard test today.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
Not a pregnancy test.
Hanging around home.
Yeah, that too.
I'm gonna buy you a salami hero with mayonnaise.
Living with Eddie is a test in
She's
itself.
a vegetarian. She can't eat.
Okay.
She's not putting mayo on any salami.
Have vegetable salami.
Yeah, it's horrendous. But yeah, so that's my only really roommate scenario that I can use, me and Amanda. So did you ever room with anybody, Ricky?
No, my roommate experiences were good.
All right.
I never had any
Ricky
bad
ended up sleeping with all his roommates.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I made sure I had a job I could pay the rent, so I didn't need a roommate. So,
Bingo, boingo. And Joe, I don't think Joe. Have you ever roomed with anybody?
I'm married 55 years. I haven't.
Right, he went from home to marriage.
Yeah. Well, no, I was out on my own for a little while. You know, for
well,
about
ask your question then. You sort of lesbian.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to interrupt anyone. So is it a New York thing where it's just not easy for you to get out in the world when you're 18, 19, 20 and find an affordable place and, room with a couple of people?
You know, that's part of it. Yeah,
family for a while? Or
Yeah, today it is.
Rents in New York, I mean, you pay $3,000 a month for a one-room apartment.
When I was growing up, you were supposed to be out the house at 18.
Right.
Anyone had shit.
Yeah.
It was either the army, school, or you had to get a job.
Yeah.
But you had to leave the house. You had to get out the house. And now you can't afford you let your kids leave because they're going to come back.
Yeah.
There's no way they can afford these
they
places
don't
now.
have anywhere they can afford.
Yeah, you can't afford any
Well,
place now.
it's not like we didn't have Ricky walking around going, "Who can turn the world on with a smile?"
And a lot of those that are doing
And throwing my hat in there.
the renters and the landlords and all, they're not renting to like a group of people. Like say I had 3 roommates.
Yeah,
you're not gonna
they
do
won't.
that.
They won't do that anymore.
No.
Yeah, we rented the apartment below where me and Amanda are, and to these 3 young chicks. So I'm literally in an apartment with just young chicks.
Come and knock at my door.
And only one dick.
Yeah. What's a boy to do?
Every floor in his apartment has holes in it.
Every roommate has a bad habit of some sort.
Right.
Well, yeah.
It's like you can have a roommate that's like, okay, if it's yellow, let it mellow, and then you're just like, bro.
No. You got to flush the fucking toilet.
If it's brown, you flush it down.
You flush the fucking toilet. Your name, I used to yell at your name is not Moonbeam. You're not a fucking hippie. Flush the fucking toilet.
Yeah, I don't play that shit.
Yeah, I don't want to see you piss.
Shit, or
throw
spit,
up,
or
anything.
spit. None of that. Throw that. Just flush that shit down.
Yeah, I don't want to see how dehydrated you are.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a poop stick?
A poop?
No.
Oh, wait, to break the poop up?
I know what that is.
To break up the poop.
No,
yeah,
I
or
take
a poop knife.
I take
Poop knife.
beautiful. Let me tell you right now. I take beautiful poops. They're liquidy. They're never hard enough. They flush like it's like angel's wings. Like when I flush, you literally hear a harp go off, and somebody goes, flush.
My toilet takes golf balls. It was demonstrated to me when I
So
bought
does your
this-
wife.
When I bought this toilet, you know, in the showroom,
Yeah.
they put a bunch of golf balls in there, and they flush the toilet, and it goes down. Holy shit!
What was the selling point? If you're shitting golf, you got to move off the course.
Nothing gets
If you
jammed.
can flush a golf ball, anything going down.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
They used to use like tennis balls to do those demonstrations.
It's
Well,
everybody has to fucking pick the bigger ball.
Well, I flush as it's coming out.
Oh, you do?
So as it's coming out, I flush.
What, you literally do like soft serve down, and as soon as it
While
as
I'm
soon as
going,
it hits the
while I'm
water-
going, I'm flushing.
Wait, so I have to now visualize you taking a shit.
Does your ass get wet?
No, but he's not doing
Splash on
courtesy
your
flush.
ass?
He's saying he does it as soon as the soft serve comes out. Ricky's hitting the thing and it's
It's
flushing.
flushing.
So when he shits, it literally hits the water and then just goes
gone.
down the
Yes,
drain.
it's a courtesy flush.
Yeah, no,
It
courtesy
certainly
flush.
is.
No, courtesy flush. Excuse me, I'm gonna correct people. A courtesy
It
flush is when you
drop, then
shit.
go.
Yeah, it has to drop, hit the water, and then you flush. You're doing a step above.
I'm making sure not. You know
Okay,
what I'm
no. I was under the
What I'm doing to run out of
understanding that a courtesy flush is you flush as your poop is going in.
No.
So it doesn't have time for the gases
that's
to
a
reach
Ricky
the
flush.
surface
Yeah.
and permeate.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
There
hey,
you go,
Ricky.
Sarah.
No,
There's a reason why we're friends, man.
Yeah,
There's
that's
a reason
right.
Why we're
No, a
friends.
That's
courtesy
right.
flush is the stink hits the water, and then you flush the Cosby Kids down the bowl.
Yeah, but if it hit the water, it's going to the stink is going to come.
Right. That's why if
Yeah,
you
but
buy
if you
like,
get the poopery,
if you get the pooper,
Well, we didn't have that,
spray it.
but you didn't have that back then.
I actually, I bought some.
I had. I
They're
carry.
kind of like little Tide Pod looking things. They're called Dude Bombs.
I carry.
And I bought them just because. And you drop them in the bowl, just kind of like the poopery stuff. Oh my Lanta, they work.
I did a commercial for Dude Wipes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah, it's Dude Bomb, same brand.
Yeah, it's
and
the
they're
same
just like little pods that you just swap in before you take a dump, and they work really good.
Now see Debbie.
Bath
Now
bombs, shit bombs, we
Debbie.
got it all.
Debbie's in the Facebook Live suite, and she's annoyed with us. She's like, Eddie, you love talking about shit.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
love
true.
talking about shit. The lesbian brought it up.
Yeah.
I didn't fucking bring it up. Oh, the sort of lesbian.
I brought up bad habits, roommate habits.
Yeah. Right. I knew a guy that used
What
to.
else? What other bad roommate habits?
I know. I'm
like,
gonna tell you a
are you
story.
a non-bed maker? Are
No, no.
you
I knew a guy.
let's see.
I knew a guy who would watch girls shower and masturbate, and then they caught me.
Oh, yeah.
I had to move out.
The house computer has like so many viruses from all the porn sites.
I
somebody
can
went to.
Plus, I stick my dick in it.
You know, your system, Ricky, you never look at your shit.
No, I don't.
I mean, how do you know what you did?
Yeah, I don't. I never look at my shit.
I
Yeah, but
gotta
you're
look at
supposed
it.
to look at your shit. What if you have bloody stool?
Only when you wiping your
here's
ass. When you wiping your ass after the third or fourth wipe, then you look. And if you look, see if anything on the tissue, if there's blood, then you know your ass bleeding.
I guess so.
But other than that, I don't. I don't
Excuse
do
me,
that.
excuse me. The other day, I had a ghost shit. I had a pure ghost shit, and it was the cleanest ghost shit ever.
Really?
I took a dump.
Yeah.
Right? No courtesy flush for me. I want them to fucking smell it in the house.
That's it.
I got up.
show 'em,
Because I
baby.
stand up when I wipe. Because I'm a fat guy. I like to make sure I get all the creases and the crevices, right?
Oh, yeah.
I go to wipe, Joe. Nothing on the paper.
Nothing.
I have shit out of
That's
Lincoln
because your
Log.
arms can't reach
You
where
see?
it came out.
That worries me.
Look, I'm not Bubba the Love Sponge that had a fucking towel and a stick.
No.
And he had his... Dude, Bubba the Love Sponge, as much as we all hate him now in the radio business, Bubba, he tells a story. When Bubba the Love Sponge
Yeah.
was like 500 pounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was a really fat. He had little T-Rex arms, right? He got so fat that he could not wipe his own ass.
Oh shit!
He had to have his fiance wipe his ass. Wait, and the best part is, not only did she wipe his ass and make it all pretty and everything, that motherfucker had the audacity to cheat on that girl and go fuck some other broads. Right?
Oh God!
This woman wiped your ass.
Yeah, you. I
Who's
thought you
fucking
know
a
who your
500
friends
pound
are.
man? Is a mystery to me.
And fucked a 500-pound man.
Who's fucking a 500-pound man?
Well,
That's the mystery to
No,
me.
it's the magic of the radio. I get more pussy than anyone in this room. If, like, say I'm out with Amanda, right?
Yeah.
I can still get pussy because I'm on the microphone. I'm a radio guy. Automatically, panties get a little bit wet when they hear my voice.
Ooh.
Other than that, if I was just like a guy packing freight,
Yeah, you're scared the shit out of them and they shit themselves.
no, that at the front.
I hear his voice. I get swamp ants.
Let me tell you, a lot of motherfuckers.
I sing. I sing. That's it.
I'm just saying. Yeah, Ricky has the power of the microphone. He sings. I bet you Sarah, the sort of lesbian, has rubbed her fucking self to what? What?
Yeah, but
English.
Sarah can sing too.
You know that's true.
Oh, no, you're bonded down.
That's why I learned how to play the guitar when I was a kid. I just to get girls.
Yeah. You got any kind of talent, bro.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm
No, that's just for Billy. Everyone else pay attention to the show you're on. God damn it.
But
I didn't know when to talk.
Sarah, Sarah.
Well, thanks for taking my call, you guys.
Oh.
But there are many horror stories where roommates, I mean, you get some that don't understand, other people have lives and they have to do things.
Yeah, don't you love living with somebody and they don't understand that they want to make it all about them? And it's not always about, like, there's always, like, a centralized, let's just say, somebody that, like, maybe you're rooming with somebody.
that takes all the mayonnaise.
Well, that's true.
That Ricky can't have.
And then Ricky can't put it on the No, what I'm saying is, like, somebody that says, like, they're the breadwinner because they make more money than everybody else in this apartment, right? And they feel like they're in charge of the apartment. But meanwhile, when you're sharing an apartment, if you're paying the rent and that person's paying the rent, you should be equal partners, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are some people that can't even fucking fathom that they're not in charge and somebody has a life and they need to go out.
Story.
Yeah.
What is it supposed to prove?
Yeah, those are the worst. That's why I don't want a room with somebody.
A roommate is different than a marriage, though, because a marriage.
Is it, Joe? Is it?
Yeah, because
you two people living together with no sex.
No, but
I was
in a marriage, everything is everybody. It's just the same thing.
Right.
In a roommate, I have my tomatoes, you have your tomatoes. Don't go in my refrigerator and eat my mayonnaise.
But somebody thinks that the tomatoes are all theirs instead of sharing.
Well, that's
the tomatoes.
marriage. Marriage is you share the tomatoes.
That's why you make tuna fish salad with cat food and leave it in there.
And you say, I made dinner for you,
I gotta
honey.
say,
darling.
Enjoy.
It took me 3.5 years to finally get on board. Well, actually, dating Christian for 3.5 and being, single, living by myself and running my own household and paying all the bills 4 years.
Yeah.
To finally go, okay, I'm ready to share my space with somebody, and I had to learn his habits and how easygoing is he? Pretty fucking easygoing, and so am I.
That is a not relationship, but a roommate-ship that you can figure it out together, and you work together as a team.
Yes.
There's a point. There's
figure out the laundry schedule.
Yeah, because if Team A and Team B get together, can they have C? You know what I mean? Like, it's a simple.
Yeah,
thing.
I'm like, I fucking hate doing the dishes. I would rather scrub a toilet than do the dishes. I'm not joking.
Sometimes it's
and
the
he's
same
got
thing.
his two boys, 13 and 14, that on the daily, they're the loader and unloader of the dishes and the garbage taker-outers, and I am happy with that.
So
I'll take care of the rest.
Yeah, so you're just using slave labor, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, they are indentured servants. Get it right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ricky, we apologize. No slave labor. Indentured servants. Because that went over real well. Anywho, Sarah, thank you. We love you as always.
All right, love you. Mwah.
Mwah.
All right, babe.
See you in the live chat.
Yes.
Take care, you guys.
A lot of people in the live chat. By the way, Debbie saying that she had a roommate that labeled everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, that happens, too. From
I had
time to
family
time.
members who did that shit. Whatever.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Some people, it's really hard for them to live together with people because they feel like they're in charge. And they feel like they're the only one. Because, like, I know from time, like, Amanda is that sometimes we were like, she's like, how do you like having an apartment? And I'm like, it's not my apartment, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's still your apartment. I'm just kind of, I'm a guest.
Hanging out.
But I'm more of a guest because, we're sleeping together and everything, whatever. But
you have your own toothbrush.
I have a toothbrush there. I do have a toothbrush there, and I mean, and I have a place to put my clothes. You know what I mean? So it's all good. That's sometimes how she wakes me up. Yeah, things like that. It's all right. I love you. Congratulations, baby, on all your future endeavors and everything else.
She's gonna future endeavor you.
I know. We're gonna take a break, and she's not gonna put mayo on my salami.
No, sir. No, sir.
718-577-1389. It is the Ham Radio Show. We're gonna take a break right now. When we come back, we'll finish out everything. I might even get to this WTF news story that we never did.
I
what
think
the
so.
Hell?
Yeah.
I know we have one. We never did it. It's the Ham Radio Show. We'll be right back after these words. Yeah.
To suppress disorder and arrest brawlers. Put up your swords and come along with us.
Yeah, I know.
Impossible.
His wife yells and calls me a fat fuck.
Unlikely.
Missed an episode of the Ham Radio Show? Not to
Because
worry.
she thought
You
I
can
was
download the latest
automatically. She thought I was
episode, as well as past
talking
shows
about
on
you.
hamradioshow.com.
You
Go
thought
to
I was
hamradioshow.com and click on the
To me,
download
that's a
link.
guilty conscience because I never fucking said anything about you. And then you call me a fat fuck.
You want to learn more
Proof
about
positive
New
you
York
don't
City?
like me.
Are you too
I
afraid
get
to
it.
ask your local
A lot of
homeless
people
guy?
don't like me. But that's not the fucking point.
This is my new home.
I'm just saying. I didn't fucking say anything.
Well, then you've come to the right
I
place.
didn't. Did I say anything? Did I say remotely anything towards your wife? I'm sorry. I don't think I did. So she called me a fat fuck. There you go.
Legacy Comics.
She's a
wants to
nice
know
lady.
If you are a graphic novel aficionado, then you should know that all of our books will kick ass. Our stories will be fun, gritty, and
I'm fat.
legendary.
I got
This is our
fucking a
legacy
scale.
to
I don't
you
mirror
and our
his bitch.
readers. We will accept nothing less, and you shouldn't either. That is the
Oh, yeah,
Legacy Comics pledge.
Yeah, but
We are
that's the thing, like, what did I do?
dedicated to
And then
preserving
I'm
what is
like-
so great about
and then I'm
comics.
reading it
Our
going like,
stories
you
are
don't
written
even
by
know. I'm like,
lifelong fans of the industry,
wasn't
and
talking
those who
about
have been
you.
published and recognized for their
Yeah,
work.
she
Our
goes
editing
fucking
team
hardcore.
consists
Like, she
of
went right to,
award-winning
hey, you
journalists and
fat fuck. And I'm like,
industry-leading
what?
websites with well over 1 million daily active users.
Did I
The
fucking
visual
say
look of
your
our books
name?
is
Did
brought to you by
trust me.
creators who work
Do I
outside
come
the
off as
industry
someone who's gonna
commission
keep their
artists
mouth
along
shut
with
and
those
not
inside
say your
the
name?
industry as pencilers, inkers,
let's
colors,
be
and
fucking
letters,
honest.
as well as variant cover
If I have
artists.
something to say,
We
I'm
don't
gonna
mess
say it.
around. We are dedicated to preserving what is so great about
It's
comics.
what I do.
You won't be disappointed. Next time you are online,
It's a
check
skill
out
I learned a long time ago,
legacycomics.com.
not giving a
That's
shit.
legacycomix.com. Tell your friends also.
No, I don't have a container of pepper on the table.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned social security
You having
that made
salami?
you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration.
Delicious.
Social Security will not
Delicioso.
threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment.
I thought he was just
Does not
flirting with
accept
you.
payments
Little black
by
pepper.
gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by
call him-
mailing
they
cash.
call him Little Black
Criminals
Pepper.
use these forms of payment because they are hard
Whatever,
to
you
trace.
didn't know that
Don't
now?
fall for it.
Oh.
Hang up,
So
ignore
I
it.
come down here and watch
Report
Somehow
this
I
video
got
to
yelled at, and now you're gonna get yelled at, and I don't even know how.
We at xsuit.com believe that you should never have to sacrifice comfort for the
Yeah,
sake
he's
of
stuck in
style.
here. I
haven't
The
been
clothes
back
you
there
wear
in
should
6
complement
months.
your looks
How do
and
you
your
know it looks
lifestyle,
like
not
this?
just your
How
looks.
bad is
Traditional
it?
suits are
Oh yeah,
stiff,
we laughed at that too.
uncomfortable, and a hassle to maintain.
No, I was
Maximilian
saying, how
Perez
about-
had an
how about
idea
what's
to
funny
create the ultimate
is that
solution.
we,
After months
like,
of research
we're
and
sitting
prototyping, the
now
first
in a
X
room
suit
where
was
we know
born,
for a fact
made
Joe
with
is
wrinkle-resistant stretch fabric
Oh,
and
yeah.
utilizing
You know what I'm saying? Like,
proprietary
right now,
nanotechnology
he has the, I know,
to add
but we
steam
at
and odor
least had
resistance
the
to
good
is the
shit.
first of
Yeah, I
its
know.
kind.
Which
The
I
X-Suit
don't
broke
mind. I want my
boundaries and
answer.
set new
What I'm saying
standards,
is
which
at
led
least
to
he
it
had the
being
option
featured in popular
of
publications
going,
such as
oh, he
Forbes,
did it in the
Business
theater
Insider,
room.
and
You know, like,
Mashable,
oh,
putting
and
X-Suit in
now
front
we
of
know for a
thousands
fact,
of men
one of our
worldwide.
seats, he
Join
definitely
us on
did.
our
You know what I
mission
mean?
to
Like,
create modern
he
clothing that's
poured
comfortable,
shit on there.
stylish, and easy to maintain for men all
Wait,
over
what
the
the fuck
globe.
is this
We
one?
seek out and
Now
develop
she
the
yell,
most
are you yelling at
cutting-edge
me again?
technology
Because I
in
didn't do
order to
anything.
make the most
What about
comfortable
someone who
clothing that
pays
keeps
all
you
the
looking
bills,
your best all
all
day
the
long?
rent,
Check
and
out our
needs their
suits,
fucking sleep?
shirts,
That
jackets,
sounds like a
pants,
terrible
along
person.
with many accessories at xsuit.com.
I don't know what you're referring to.
Tired of boring radio? 3 songs, then 15 minutes of mind-numbing commercials only to hear the same 3 songs again, just in a different
Is
order.
she writing stuff and then deleting
You
it?
need to call your local
'Cause
station
it's there and not
demand the
there.
ham. Flood the inboxes of everyone you can at your local station. Blow up the request lines with demand the ham. Tell them you want the ham radio show on there. And they won't regret it.
Hello, this is Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath, and ears.
Oh, I think. By the way, Facebook yelled at her because that was just community standards. I think it popped out her thing. This portion of the show is brought to you by this fat fuck. This fat fuck at thatfatfuck.com is exceptional, and he also does his shopping at DallasNovelty.com, where sex, where sex is for everyone. And you know what? Guess what? Joe, you get to have sex.
I do.
Other people who call me fat fuck don't get to have sex. That's what happens. Because people are mad at me for no reason. And you know what they should do? They should go to DallasNovelty.com and use some of the freaking priceless items there to relieve some of the stress in their lives. Tell you that right now. DallasNovelty.com, the AVN award-winning DallasNovelty.com, where sex is for everybody. Right now, you can get some edible panties if you want. It's your favorite fat fuck. He's gonna eat salami.
Don't mayonnaise, I can tell you.
He's a fat motherfucker. He doesn't pay rent.
He's bananas.
718-577-1389 is the Hammer Radio Show. Nick, how the fuck
What
are
a
you?
fucking troublemaker. This guy. I swear to God.
Hey, I didn't say it. I would like the record
The
to
funny
clearly
part
show.
is how she's going in.
Yeah, wait. I would like the record to clearly show, and Billy has nothing to do with this, so don't even think about yelling at Billy.
I'm not yelling
No,
at
no,
Billy.
not you. I'm talking to his wife for a second.
Oh, okay.
Because I did nothing wrong, said nothing about her, and yet she was all up calling me a fat fuck.
You are.
And this, then. I know I am, but you don't call me a fat
Oh,
fuck. That's mean.
I
did nothing to have that happen. Do you know what I mean? Like, I did nothing to deserve. We're talking about a totally different topic. We're talking about fucking roommates. Last time I checked, you and your husband are not roommates.
No, they're
So,
different.
like, you weren't even on my thought process.
That's exactly what I was explaining before.
Yeah.
There's no yours and mine when you're when you're married.
Yeah, no.
When you're roommates.
Yep, everything.
I
is-
got
yep.
my stuff. You got your stuff. You know.
Yeah, that ain't the deal when you're married.
Yeah.
No.
But and I thought that was,
Mine is
understood
yours and yours is
known.
mine.
Absolutely. That's what a marriage is all
Yeah.
about.
Exactly. It's give and take.
Take and take. You know?
Some.
Well, my cousin got
Some
divorced. They said we split everything 50-50. She got the house, I got the mortgage. She got the car, I got the payment.
But it was 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my whole point is that I didn't say anything to your wife, and I'm just saying, did not say anything about your wife to your. Now, normally I would, because that's just me. I'm an asshole. But the fact is, I didn't say shit.
Right.
So don't say nothing. Won't be nothing. But now this fat fuck over here, you kind of lit the fuse.
What'd he
so
say?
now I'm gonna say things if I want to say things.
Okay.
Because now the gloves are off.
I don't know.
By the way,
Don't
Debbie.
we have a news story?
No, we don't. Because Debbie in the Facebook says somebody somebody needs to get laid. And I don't think she's talking to me.
Sure.
Is all I'm saying. There you go.
Billy.
Oh, Billy.
That's right.
Ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
It's time to put a little mayo on the salami. Just saying. I didn't say shit. I did not deserve to be called fat fuck.
Mangiata, Billy.
I would
Mangiata.
like to have a full apology and a box of donuts.
In writing.
In writing.
That's right.
A box. I want at least a 12 dozen donuts.
Right. From Dunkin' Donuts. None of
From
that,
Dunkin',
none of that
fucking-
tasty shit.
I don't want you going to Quick Check or
Yeah.
something. I want good, authentic donuts.
that?
Real ones.
Don't call me a fat fuck.
Yeah.
Now give me my 12 donuts.
Yeah. I learned this negotiation skill from Governor Chris Crispity. All right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm just saying.
I gotta back it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back it up. You want to call me? You want to call me out? Then I'm a fat fuck. Well, I'll prove you right.
You want a piece of me?
You want a piece of me? I want a piece of cake.
That's
Come
right.
on.
Pizza,
Bring
me.
it.
Give me a pizza.
Yeah.
A piece of
All 8
pizza.
slices.
That's right.
Mine.
No.
And this is, by the way, why I don't pay rent. This is why I don't have roommates. And let me tell you, even being with Amanda, that's the closest thing I'm ever going to have to a roommate. And I damn sure bet I got to want to be there, right? And that's what I'm saying. There's a difference.
Remember what he's saying, because if it ain't Amanda who get him, somebody gonna catch him.
Damn right. Well, look, I'm prime real estate, motherfucker. If
They'll have
somebody...
guns and handcuffs, but it's, they'll catch him.
Yeah, me and Ricky had this discussion off air. I said, or maybe we even had it on air.
Yeah.
The show's a blur because I'm a fat fuck. The show's a blur. We had this conversation on the show or off air where we were talking about marriage. I said I don't believe in marriage, quite frankly. Like we have discussed, and I don't think Amanda would get angry with me. We have discussed never having a ceremony. We're gonna go, like the actual, like the Ginzaloon. Joe knows this better than everyone. The Ginzaloon party where and everybody comes around. They're gonna cut the cake and they hit the fucking. I hate that.
Give me
I fucking hate it because it's not a wedding for you. It's a wedding for all these assholes to eat on your dime, to literally drink on your fucking dime.
It's not for the guy. It's for the
it's
girl.
for the girl.
It's for the girl.
All the time.
Not always, because like
I
Amanda.
never heard of a guy say, "Hey, I want a big wedding."
Yeah.
Liberace's fucking.
Yeah.
The point being, it's not every girl, because like Amanda doesn't want that either. Like we would go. Here's our plan. Tell me if this is not a great plan. We would literally just get in a fucking plane. Even though I'm a fat fuck, I can fly. We're gonna get in a plane and just fly to Italy. Just us.
That's nice.
Just us, and get married.
That's nice.
That's it. On some kind of, it's somebody, because we have friends that have, villas and stuff. We go there. Maybe they come because they're, it's their family. It would be nice. They got to open the fucking door for us and let us into the fucking villa. But we go there. We spend like a week in Italy. Right? And then we fly fucking home.
Sound like a plan.
And that's it. Well,
Look.
that's because I'm going to be muling heroin. But that's not the point, really. Somebody's got to pay for the wedding. I got to pay for that flight, Bill. Fuck off.
You don't need all
What
that
about
shit.
kids? You want kids?
I don't. I love kids. No, with mayo.
Those are somebody else's.
Those are cocktail franks, not salami, Billy. I enjoy kids, but I also like to give kids back.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know if I honestly want a fucking
Once
kid.
they're yours, you can't give
you
them back.
can't give them back.
Yeah, they don't come with a return.
You can put them in the lost and found.
Trust me, I tried.
Yeah.
They do change your life, I'll tell you that.
I even tried getting them back up my wife's ass.
Yeah.
Don't work. Don't work.
Are you sure that's mine?
They came out your wife's ass?
Well, whatever.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I tried every way possible to get them back.
What a weird birth she had.
You're fucking useless here. Get back up in your mother's ass.
And she was 16 at the time when
All
she
you
said
do
it.
is take
Absolutely.
and take.
Yep.
He's like, wife, spread them. Get it back in.
Because that's the age where they really start showing their asses. 16.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
teenage.
Joe, you know the saying, the
Yeah.
old saying. The best thing about kids is making them.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
Once they're made and they exist, yeah, I'm sure. I know Billy loves his sons. He loves them. I get it. He's a dad now. He loves them.
They say it's like owning a boat. You know, the the happiest day in a boat owner's life is when he buys the boat. And the second happiest day is when he sells the boat.
And everything in between is a blur.
Everything in between don't mean shit.
Yeah.
And sometimes owning a boat's like a 3-hour tour.
I'm telling you.
It smashes up against a rock and you fuck a movie star.
I have good kids, and you got your ones that's just fucking, you can't figure them out no matter what the fuck you do. You go, did I raise you? Because, that kind of shit.
There's no kids. I think they raised themselves.
Yeah. You only got them till 12 any fucking way. 12, 13.
Really.
Before they start thinking of for their own and wanting to do their own shit.
Before that,
Getting picked up by priests.
They start lying to you around 6 or 7.
Oh, yeah.
And then that's it.
Kids are, by the way, that's the other thing. I hate manipulative little bastard kids. And if I had one, it's going to take all my strength not to kill it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know you're lying to me.
They open their mouth.
I do that.
As soon as they open their mouth, they lie.
I'm not lying. The vase was already broken when I got in the room. No, it wasn't, you motherfucker. I know it wasn't fucking broken.
Well, Marsha moved when I threw the ball. And it didn't
hit her right in the nose.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
And then Peter came out and said, Mom said, don't play ball in the house. You motherfucker. She also said, I think my husband's gay. But that's a whole nother story for another time. Debbie points out that she wants to point to everybody and explain that kids are fucking suck the life out of you.
You better believe it. You have them, you look nice and young.
It never ends.
Yep, and never. 50 years old, they come back fucking home and all kind of shit. Yeah. Then, did you hear the news report of the mother and her daughter had an argument with the grandmother and killed the woman, chopped her up, and put her on the fucking grill.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm like, what kind of shit is that?
Wait, did they eat the mother?
They ain't saying nothing about eating it. They grilled her. They cut her up and then put her on the fucking grill.
Rid of the evidence.
And I'm like, what kind of shit is that? You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
this what you raise kids for? The motherfuckers grow up and fucking cut you up and put you on the fucking grill?
In some countries, that's takeout.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna ask somebody directly. If kids suck the life out of you, hold on.
I'll call your mom.
Yeah.
Call your mom?
Call my mom.
I'm sure she got some
stories.
stories.
I need my mommy.
She would definitely know.
I'm sure she got some stories.
With Eddie for a son, can you imagine?
Yeah.
I want to see if she'll actually go on the record.
When did you
tell us who's her favorite?
When did you start lying to your mom? What age?
I was a fetus.
2.
Well, I know you told us a story about school. That was funny.
With when I was in the 5th grade. I was supposed to be in
and his mother.
And my mother left the school.
They left him back 2 years.
That is. She's not big enough. She's probably listening to the show.
She probably say no fucking kids in the house right now.
By the way,
to suck the life out of me.
Marcus said, "Fuck them kids." No, it's true. That's my brother-in-law's favorite fucking story.
Oh, that's funny.
Because that was the story where literally I was in the 5th grade. She goes to the parent-teacher conference, and what happened in between, she didn't like. Of course, I didn't tell her. They had put me back in the 3rd grade. Just like to prove a point.
2 spots
something.
back.
Yeah. Wait a minute, but to prove a point, they put me
miserable in
not only
days.
did they put me in the 3rd grade, but they
you
put me in
why they put him in the 3rd grade? Because the 4th grade teacher's like, no, we remember it.
I don't know. We promoted him just to get him out of here.
It was too fresh.
It was a female teacher who said, not this fat fuck. Anyway.
Someday he'll make a horrible roommate.
I bet
and
you
then
won't
he'll talk
flush.
shit about me on the air. But I'll think it's about me, but it's not about me. But I'll fucking call him a fat fuck.
That's right.
I know you don't like me. I get it. Anyway, the point of the story is that that I conned my father into we're driving away. I got into the car and we're driving down the street, and she stands on the lawn screaming at my father, "That motherfucker's in the 3rd grade!" This is my life.
See, but
and he's 25.
Yeah. Why
listen.
is he retarded?
But I always say, kids will get you back for the shit you did to your parents.
Oh, absolutely.
So and
absolutely.
right on down the line, because I tell my kids, you're gonna get it back.
Yeah.
The shit you dish out, you get it back.
Yeah.
Sister.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of ways.
And two of my daughters, they got their kids now. I said, you're gonna go through pure hell. One of them got 2 girls.
Yeah.
The other one got a boy, but they gonna go through pure hell.
Pure hell.
Yep.
I'd rather have boys
And
than
I hope
girls,
I'm
though.
living. I'm living to see it.
Yeah.
Because I want to be back there going, God damn it. Yep. Good for your motherfucking ass.
There you go.
Yep.
Now you know.
Ricky would be the guy sitting there with the popcorn. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's see how you get out of this
Come
one.
on, baby.
Oh, I would love it. I would love it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
You know, I tell you, boy, these kids are something else, boy.
These fucking kids.
Mm-hmm.
But and Joe, to answer your question, this is the reason why I don't think I want kids.
Really?
I came up with, and don't get me wrong, want my father's name to live on and everything. I get all that. Maybe I'll adopt a kid one day. Whatever.
Yeah, all right.
Same thing.
I'm gonna a nice.
I wouldn't do
African
that
kid.
either, because you don't know what you get.
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah, you unfortunate.
You
You,
never
right,
know,
you never know when you have them or when
Like
you
Billy just said, Woody Allen got a fucking bride.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take the floor model. What is that? A 19-year-old. All right. Come on in. By the way, Debbie's saying that boys are much easier than
Oh,
girls.
for
Sure
sure,
is.
definitely.
Thank you, Debbie.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
She means sexually and raising.
I had no problem with my boys. None. Them fucking girls.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Yeah, just, you know.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
And there's too many predators out there, you know.
It makes it even worse.
Oh, and when they get their first dick,
Yeah.
oh, forget it.
You're over.
They swear they grown now.
Yeah.
They get a little dick, forget it, boy.
Absolutely.
I told him straight up. I said, now you getting some dick. Now you getting some dick. You think you grown, right?
Oh,
You think
that's right, yeah.
your pussy don't smell like pee pee no
That
more,
is
right?
so
now,
true.
Now you think you the
Yeah.
shit now,
I'm
right?
a grown-up person. Yeah.
Your pussy doesn't smell like pee-pee no more.
Pee-pee poopy.
I can't. This is why, by the way, number one, we need Ricky to start some kind of parenting clinic.
That's right.
Where he just sits your kid down and goes, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That would actually be a great.
That's how I handled it.
Can you record some parenting tips?
Yeah.
We use it.
Remember Scared Straight when it came out?
Yeah.
Put that on?
Yeah.
That's parenting.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's
My wife, when she was a teacher, used to take the kids to the Scared Straight down on Raven Street Jail.
Yeah,
The tours. He says it worked for a while. After a while, when they came out, they said, I ain't fucking around. Yeah, it's like, you know.
You know, Bob's still telling that story.
Yeah.
I told my daughter not to speak to some boy once. He was a rude fuck, so I had to straighten him out.
Sure, yeah.
He's a rude boy.
I had to threaten to come over there and fuck his mother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was inside the fucking line.
Yeah.
Anyway, when I caught her on the phone with him, I was going to whip her ass for it. She gonna run up the stairs. I tripped her ass and bit on her fucking leg.
Well, you're a mean man.
Forget it, man. Yeah, I didn't play that shit.
You're Mike Tyson.
They're animals, man. You know. You know.
Yes.
And
sir.
I said, listen.
They drive you to it.
And if it ever get to a point where I have to go live with one of them motherfuckers, I'd rather you strap me to a wheelchair
That's it.
and take me to a top of a fucking cliff and push me over before I live with one of them motherfuckers. Because then you be in there with shit and piss on you all day. They be taking my little SSI check. You know what I'm saying? Probably smacking me up and all kind of shit. No.
I told my kids.
I got a duty in my diaper.
I told my kids where you can put me as long as I got pretty nurses I can grab their
That's right.
'Cause when I'm an old man, which I am, I can grab it. I'm old.
Yeah.
I'm old. Let me touch this.
Yeah.
That's when they send in the medical nurse.
I love how, by the way,
Give me a lobotomy.
Marcus is in the Facebook live stream going, I'm a take my belt off kind of person.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but then you take that belt, you put it on your victim, and you choke them while you fuck them, Marcus.
Either that or you let them choke you.
Either way, or when they start spanking you and say, you're a rude boy. Oh, my God.
Jesus.
This is why, by the way, please write that down. Ricky's parenting tips.
Yeah.
We need to have Ricky just do an audio segment, and we'll just play. Or here's the thing.
Question and answer.
Yeah. If
you give him a question, he'll know the answer.
He's like Dear Abby. All right. Here's what you're gonna do. You send letters.
I caught my kid smoking and drinking.
Yeah, Ricky, what should I do? Beat that fucking kid.
Stick it up their nose.
There you go.
That'll fucking teach
The
him.
lid end or the butt end?
The business end.
Put him in a room with some burning rope. Get him.
It's time.
Tell them to smoke it with their ass.
That's right.
It's
Well,
time once
you gotta
again.
watch because
Try
you're
the
able
cigar.
to do that if you know how to pull air in.
Yeah,
That's
well.
what a lot of the strippers used to do with
In their
the other
vaginas.
way.
Yeah, I remember that.
And buttholes.
Because I remember the chick that cut the bananas with a twat.
Yeah. That was the worst. First banana split I've ever had. Just want to throw it out.
And it sliced it, and it fell into the bowl.
It was the worst Special K commercial
Best Frosted
ever.
Flakes I ever had, bro.
Ever. By the way,
Little extra cream.
How about this? A little bit like when we do like. And now, parenting tips with Ricky. Dear Ricky, my child is doing drugs. What do I tell them?
Creepy. Get the fuck out of here.
You ain't even my fucking kid.
Smack his fucking ass.
Fuck you. And this has been Parenting Tips with Ricky.
Throw a brick down the stairs.
On the Ham Radio Show.
So, Dad, as the kid who's growing up, you got him at an early age. Everything he did wrong, he was like, okay, that's 50 push-ups, that's 20 push-ups, everything at a push-up.
No, but see,
Joe Jackson.
Oh, yeah. A good Joe Jackson ad whipping work every time.
Every time.
No,
hey, those kids, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think that him doing push-ups put him directly into the army.
No, but I'm saying is like, that was the punishment. Like, you did this, all right, give me 50 push-ups, give me 200 push-ups. Something that's really going to, like, take up a lot of their time.
Debbie, how many push-ups can you do? Because I'm going to lie under you while you do it.
Of course you would.
108? Hey, you want to? If you don't want to fall on my naked body, you keep doing push-ups, lady.
That's right.
Deep knee bends.
That's what I'm saying.
Deep knee bends.
If you don't want to put fucking goddamn mayo on the salami, you can just keep going. So far, by the way, today we got I'm a fat fuck. That could be a shirt too. I'm a fat fuck. Mayo on the salami, and
which is delicious.
And then Ricky's fucking parenting tips. We can have three kinds of shit. Like literally, like I raised my kid and all I got was this shitty T-shirt.
Well, should have gave him more money for the trip.
Yeah, we're working on more merch. There's a problem with the fucking our distributor. They're not doing things the correct way. So people aren't getting money. Like it's for King. I want King. King makes all the profit. I don't sell the shirts. He sells the shirts. I buy the shirts. Like I know for a fact, I have to buy because John was yelling at me. Johnny Vegas from Taste of Pueblo.
Rightfully so.
Helly wants a hoodie, and I think John wants a hoodie. So I got to buy them hoodies, which is the only nice thing. You got to do that. Sure. So I'm gonna buy them. But now, if you're telling me this distributor's having problems, why do I want to give this asshole money? Are you going to get the money for it? That's the only thing I worry about. Debbie said, I can still do them real ones, not girly push-ups. Well, can you do them while hanging over my body? That's what I'm saying.
Deep knee bend.
Kind of high up
Deep
there,
knee
you know?
bend.
I don't think her arms are long enough.
Yeah, I was going to say.
She's got a better chance of boxing with God.
I think so, yeah.
Debbie was saying that maybe we can get the company that Bibbidi and Co. They can make the shirts. But then but then we got to make a way that if King designs the shirt, I want King to get at least like some profit from the sales. Like so maybe we got to work out some kind of weird deal. That's what we should fucking do. Let's do that, Debbie. We'll come up with a plan where everybody gets paid or everyone gets laid. We'll figure it out.
Laid is better.
Yeah. Put a little fucking mayo on the salami, you know what I'm saying?
You can talk about you talk about when you're a stepfather too, because that's a whole nother fucking story when you're a stepfather.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Spend all your fucking money on these fucking kids, and they grow up.
And then the kids tell you, well, you ain't my father.
Yeah, ain't that some shit?
You ain't my
You know,
father.
you ain't my fault after you just spent all your fucking money on the
only,
stuff.
only when you need it. You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You ain't my daddy.
I taught you every fucking thing you know, but I ain't your father.
That's it.
Well, you're technically not their father. I mean, if you want to go by biology.
No, I mean
technically right.
we understand that.
However,
my mother used to say, "Mother and father stops at birth." Whoever raised that child is that child's parent, not because you gave birth. You're just a sperm donor.
Takes a
if
lot
you ain't
more
taking
than
care of your
biology,
fucking kid.
man, than to raise a kid.
No, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes a village,
That's right.
as they say.
It do take a village. Actually, it does.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what happened to the days when kids was supposed to say Mr. and Mrs.? These motherfuckers call you by your first name. 3 years old and shit. They calling you by your fucking first name.
I know.
Excuse me, Rick. I was wondering when breakfast was. Mm-hmm. Can we get on that, please?
Yeah, okay,
I'll be sitting in my high chair. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right about that. When we were kids, you know, the neighbors would watch out for you. You did something wrong, and they were going to rat you out.
Or whip your ass.
Or whip your ass,
yeah. And then when you got home, you got another ass.
That's right.
You know,
like,
now this
you had
bullshit.
fathers and mothers all over the place.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody was watching.
That's right.
You
now
know?
it's just, how dare you talk to my kid?
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. The people that gave birth now are all trying to fucking not have any hardship on their kid.
I guess
and you're like,
so.
well, it was bad when they did that. No, it wasn't. That's why your kid acts like an asshole.
I've never had a problem with anyone disciplining my children. If they see them doing something wrong, you check them. Then you let me know when I get home, and I handle it from there.
Can I hit one of your kids?
If you see my kid out there doing some shit that could hurt them, I would give a person permission.
Write
you know
that
what
shit
I'm saying?
down and put it on a legal document.
Pop his ass, and then you let me know when I get home and shit, and I'll take care of it. I mean, you couldn't get away with it now because they grown.
I tell you, when I was in high
ass,
school, we had some teachers who used to kick the shit out of some of the students.
They walked around with a ruler.
Yeah.
When I went to school, and my mom said, she just told the teacher, "Goes, hey, he gets out of line." Why?
Get the book in the back of the head. Bang.
When I was a youngster, they used to beat us and crucify us.
Not so much the crucifixion.
No, I'm doing Joe. During his day, they
Well,
crucified
it's true.
Yeah.
I went to Catholic school. I can tell you some stories of these nuns did to kids.
Up in there. Them nuns and priests.
Yeah, they were fucking
Joe,
nuts.
by the way, Joe, what?
Then fuck you. You know.
Joe, what meat did priests eat on Fridays?
Oh,
none.
Yeah.
See how you end on the joke?
My wife's a nun. None of this, none of that.
Yeah.
You're not going back there? No.
You're not doing
none.
that. None of that.
Free speech is never silent, so always speak the fuck up. Special thanks for Chris Bauer, season 2 of Heroes on Stars. Check it out.
So good.
And also Chris Turner, outstanding comedian, rapper. He did a great job. Remember his new single, Mr. Hitler, Aborted Fetus, comes out soon. Go to ChrisTurnerComedy.com for further details. And remember, Ricky, if you're going to fuck that chicken,
you better use a rubber.
You're goddamn right. Until next week, I have no clue what's on the show, and either do we. No one knows.
I got a headache talking about these motherfuckers.
Until next week, adios,
motherfucker!
Broadcast live from the Bunker Studios in New York every Wednesday from 6:30 p.m. till 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Ham Radio.
the worst thing.
Land of the free and home of the enslaved to the concept of time. 6 hours, 22 minutes, and 3 seconds I've been standing in this county line. By the looks of the gridlock outside, it's gotta be about 3:39. Everybody rushing from place to place. The looks on their face ain't no different from mine. Both of us look like we just worked a 9 to 5. See, but when I clock out, I'm not looking for stress, but for the kind shit. Since I started this county line shift. Oh, did I say shift? I meant sentence. I've heard nothing but sirens outside the door. How much you wanna pay? It's an ambulance rushing a shot man, OD man, police abused black man to the hospital. Now what they rushing for is my interest. Rushing through traffic jam to get to emergency room traffic jam that's supposed to be a free clinic. Only to hear that you have, or if you don't have insurance, it ain't nothing but survival of the fittest. So what they rushing for? And damn, this man at the window is slow. The concept of time has us all fucked, and on top of that, life ain't nothing but a traffic jam.
Life is too short, I feel trapped, hoping I don't get caught. Watch my back, lost in the traffic, heartless and tragic. Don't wanna get my ass kicked, so I walk in this mindless state. And this don't make me feel this way. I tell you, life is a traffic jam, I'm stuck. When will you realize you're fucked? Don't try to change my ways, I'm hopeless, victim to the games we play. Stay focused, watch for the crazy ride, don't lie. Hide till the day we die, it's my life. Tell me if you feel me. I tell you, life is a traffic jam, sincerely. Stretch your mind, spoon feed your soul. 3 voices you can't control. Remember, life is a traffic jam. Life is a traffic jam. Life is a traffic jam. Life is a traffic jam.
clothing. Sooner or later it's bound to happen, but luckily in most cases, it doesn't take long for people to forget why they hated you in the first place and give you a chance to redeem yourself. But in the case of Amy Schumer, she will probably always...
Was my mic on? Was my mic even on? Of course it wasn't. You see what I mean? I'm fucking forgetful, but let me just run. I'll just do that whole thing real quick. Welcome to Afterbirth. How y'all doing? Of course, this is the after show of Ham Radio Show every Wednesday right after the show. Yeah, they had Chris PJ Tucker on, rapper and comedian. Check him out. Let me go hit up his website just so I can give him a proper plug. Rooney here. It's PJTUCKER. There we go. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Am I fucking up here? It's I said Tucker. It's Turner. Turner. I'm so out of it. I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah, Chris PJ Turner, he's on YouTube. At Chris PJ Turner, so hit him up, give him a follow, and of course, there he is right there. Actually, let me check something out just another bit.
Just wow, two things that could not be further apart.
White boy drops unbelievable freestyle rap.
Okay.
You know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna follow him now.
When you clip a toenail and it disappears, it could be in any place at the same time. So that's almost the Heisenberg uncertainty principle there, just to flex that education. Okay, so we'll toenails, maybe quantum mechanics throw in on that. Toenails was first. Back of the room. What do you want to hear a rap about? Shoes. You got your brain fixated on
oh my god,
no.
shoes.
No shoes. No
Let's
shoes.
get some
Chat.
shoes.
What's the other one? What? Crypto and the yuan. So
this is the most two random topics you can think of.
Crypto is in cryptocurrency. Cool. Two people in this room understand that. One is him, one is me. So, crypto and the yuan. So Chinese cryptocurrency, toenails, maybe quantum mechanics. This little segment here, what do you want to hear a rap about? The Doppler effect. You really just, we're just like, let's just say things we saw tonight. You said tequila. What? Hindenburg?
The Hindenburg.
Wow, okay. The
That's
Doppler
dark.
effect, the Hindenburg. Harry Potter, that feels very just pointed, like
oh shit.
Okay, so tell you what,
hold on, let me get this on screen. This is hilarious. You know what? This is pretty fucking funny. Hold on.
You said tequila, you said Harry Potter. Let's combine those. That's quite fun.
Hold on, let me get this on screen. Copy. And wait a minute. Browser. PJ. Paste.
Electrolyte, instant hydration.
Fucking ads.
Have you ever spent
oh my god, the
online
ads. Oh my god, the ads.
ModeSense is here to help you.
You said tequila, you said Harry Potter. Let's combine those. That's quite fun. Harry Potter and tequila, Hindenburg, cryptocurrency and the yuan, toenails, and the Doppler effect. Okay, that's 5. That'll do. This then, lovely people. No, you can't say sausage. That's a food. Forbidden. Also, just a creepy thing over there, just like sausage. Yeah. I like you a lot, but no. So, okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to take those suggestions. We're going to do a freestyle rap. That's a rap made up on the spot, based entirely on those suggestions. Not prepared, not written down, never to be performed or seen again. And don't worry.
Let's see him spit some bars. Shit, I want to hear this.
Wow, you're so unconvinced by that. Okay, should we drop that beat, my friend? This is going to be about cryptocurrency and the yuan, toenails, the Doppler effect, the Hindenburg, and Harry Potter and tequila. Somehow we'll knit those together. I'm excited for this, even if none of you seem to be. And can you pump that volume as well? Pump it a bit more? That's what I like the sound of.
Wow.
I make it flow, the words never fail. When I get too long, yeah, I clip the toenail. I take a nice pair of nail clippers down there. Take care, cause my toes got that hair growing too long. I see the toenails too strong. I let my keratin grow out. I sing a song when I do it. Usually a sound of pain. I got the fungus on there, I'll never do it again. Walk through a swimming pool with no socks on. When I clip my tail, no, yeah, where it gone? Tail, no, I meant toenail. Flip the word around. Then me see the ambulance coming by the sound. That's the Doppler effect. Where's it going next? The pitch starts high and then it's directly down the street. The pitch goes lower as it moves. Don McMillan on stage, he proved how it works. It's the frequency. I can't move on there with secrecy like the Chinese government out in Beijing. Cryptocurrency, it's a real thing. Bitcoin and Ethereum. If you got a lot of that, you're a wealthy man. But if you go to the Republic of China, get a little coin out. Yeah, it's a shiner. See all the sunlight reflect off the currency. They're not doing that well though currently. A trade
This
war
guy's
coming up
fucking
between
good.
here and China. Yeah, the White House in fear saying, oh God, yeah, we got those tariffs. Gotta keep the money in that balance. If you don't study it fiscally, there's no laughs in here. It's a risk for me, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna move on. Quantum mechanics, yeah, not the U one. I'm gonna say particles in space could be any time like tequila in my face. When I knock it down my neck, I take a lot of shots. I'm in the bar, how many? Yeah, I forgot. I look all of the glasses, I try and count them up. The next thing, yeah, hold them up, your ones are mean. I'm gonna
Yo,
say
he's
this time
fucking
I'm gonna
good.
take it off you, Expelliarmus. What a magic trick you can do, Harry Potter. Can you refill this empty bottle of tequila? Get me Jose Cuervo, sounds like a spell that they do, and I do know. You can ask him, come from far. Harry Potter, how did you get that scar? Well, actually, I was
like
drunk on
this.
worm juice. I was walking around, here's the mad proof. I stumbled and broke my glasses. When I get drunk on tequila, the girls' asses look so fine. I've observed, I crash and I burn like the Hindenburg. Coming in the early 20th century. You tried to land there, it was meant to be, but didn't end pleasantly. Oh, the humanity, all the German people dying, they were set free. It was burning, never do again. Careful, don't fill with the hydrogen, because it's flammable, fools. When lightning strikes, it's not gonna end well, no, not right. All these people burning, one little fact, there's still one survivor. Where does he live? Actually, in northern Colorado. This is true, I studied this, yeah, I really do go. I think he lives in a place called Parachute or Rifle. I've gotta look it up, tell you the truth. Chris, we didn't know these people live for so long. It's true, yeah, I've got a really long schlong. Why would I say that? Yeah, I am the boss here, I don't call it a big schlong, I call it a sausage.
I like that. That was fucking dope. That was dope. That was dope as shit. Chris Turner is the fucking shit, y'all. I like him. I fuck with it. I fuck with it. So yeah, he was a guest on tonight. So yeah, drop. He deserves it. He fucking deserves it, man. Drop Chris Turner a fucking follow on Twitch and YouTube, and go see him live. Goddammit, he's fucking good. I like that. And fuck, that was fucking dope. I like that. And Chris Bauer from Heels was on, and I need to finish Heels. I started watching it, and I didn't get around to finishing it. I really liked what I saw, though. Of course, my fucking favorite wrestler, CM Punk, is on there, so I have to watch it. But yeah, of course, check out Heels. Season 2 drops July the 28th on Stars, so check that out. Alright, now that I redid all of that, okay, let's get into Turkey Tom's most hated comedians of all time, and already I see that fucking pig Amy Schumer. You know, I didn't always used to hate Amy Schumer, but we'll get there.
Always be known as the unfunny female comic that only jokes about sex. Amy Beth Schumer was born to a Jewish family in New York City, and according to her religious background caused her to be ostracized as a child, being nicknamed things such as Amy Jumer. While that certainly had a negative effect on her, as it would any kid, the other parts of her early life were positive. Her father owned a successful baby furniture company, and because of it, she grew up in a wealthy household. In her memoir book, The Girl with the Lower Back Tattoo, Amy describes taking private jets to the Bahamas during her childhood. However, this grace period came to an end when Amy was 9 years old, and her father's company went bankrupt. To make matters worse, the bankruptcy of the company was followed by her father being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Her father's disease compounded their dire financial straits, and they lost everything, even the house they were living in. This series of unfortunate events was punctuated by her parents' divorce. Amy then moved with her mom to Long Island, where she claims, though not explicitly, to have become a kleptomaniac. According to an interview she gave to GQ,
She's
from
stealing
age 14
shit?
to 21, she stole an estimated $100,000 worth of
I didn't know that.
only stopping
Goddamn.
after she got arrested and charged with grand larceny. Despite how catastrophic her personal life had been up until this point, it's around this time she begins showing inclinations toward being a comic. Her reputation as someone dedicated to being an entertainer shows. And
She
that
was hot.
class
She was
clown when
fucking hot,
graduated in
man.
1999. Her interest in being a performer of sorts led her to go to college for theater, and in 2003 she got her degree and moved back to New York City to study at the William Esper Studio, while working as a waitress and bartender part-time for a total of 2 years. This was a sacrifice she was willing to make if it meant she
Amy
could
was
pursue her
so
dream of
fucking
being a
delicious
professional
back in the
comedian.
day, man.
She began accruing parts in plays and regularly performing as a stand-up comedian in
What
2004.
happened?
Just 3 years later, in 2007, she appeared on Last Comic Standing, an NBC talent competition for aspiring comedians. While she didn't win, being eliminated in the 11th episode, she successfully put herself out there as a working comic. At this point, people were already
I discovered her
noticing
on
that her routine
O&A.
was unusual, with Amy focusing a lot on the details of her life in between the sheets. When asked about her participation in Last Comic Standing and whether being a female was an advantage or a hindrance when it came to working the crowd, she said, "Last Comic was totally fun. I had a great time because there was no pressure on me. I had been doing stand-up for around 2 years. I wasn't supposed to do well, so every time I advanced, it was a happy surprise. I kept it honest on the show, and it served me well. Sometimes being a female comic gives you an edge, but most of the time it's a pain in the ass and the pussy. Who says I'm dirty? I don't think of myself as a dirty comic, but I do talk about sex honestly, and I don't think people are used to a chick talking about her clit. But hey, you write what you know, right?" She also
I mean,
recorded a
I
Gotham
don't.
episode for the Comedy
Well. I mean, I don't mind a comedian talking about sex, but they'll probably address this later on in the video. There's talking about, sex, and then there's Amy Schumer's The Leather Special, which, holy shit, is one of the fucking worst stand-up specials I've ever seen. It's just, holy shit, was that fucking bad, but they'll probably bring that up later on.
Central Network, which had been hosted by many established comedians such as Gabriel Iglesias, Joe Rogan, and Bill Burr. Within a year, she became a recurring guest on a Fox late-night program, followed by her co-starring in a reality show. Though not ideal, since her objective was to work for herself as a comedian, this was an astronomical rise, especially for someone who had just started doing comedy 4 years prior. Soon enough, she got her own special on Comedy Central and began appearing in so many different pieces of media, from comedy shows to ads to podcasts, that it's impossible to name all of them here. In part, people's dislike of her began due to sheer overexposure. Wherever they looked, Amy Schumer was there. The first people she
I
read
disagree with that. Well, again, I discovered Amy Schumer on the Opie and Anthony show with when Patrice was a guest on, right? So and then after that, I saw her. Where did I see her at? It was the roast. It was a Comedy Central roast. I don't remember which one specifically, but yeah, I don't think she was. I don't remember seeing her all over the place when she first came on the scene. I disagree with that.
Were comedy buffs who felt that her comedy was controversial, but in a safe way, by talking about
No,
sex
and I
explicitly,
liked it.
but from a female perspective. Many thought that if a male comic had an active,
Blue
straightforwardly
comedy.
sexual
That's the kind of
slurs, they'd be
comedy I fuck
relegated to
with.
doing what's called a blue comedy, meaning comedy that relies on sexual jokes as its main course.
I like blue comedy. Why not? What's wrong with it? Like I said, my sense of humor
But
is
because
very
she was
different.
a woman, it was seen as innovative and considered pop comedy. This didn't affect her career though, and after appearing in even more movies and TV shows, she dropped another special, aptly titled Mostly Sex Stuff. After it was positively received, she received the green light from Comedy Central to get her own sketch show, which is somewhat of a
I
badge
think
of
I gotta
honor for a
watch that
comedian.
one.
The show Inside Amy Schumer was so successful that it got a total of 5 seasons, and despite people speculating otherwise, only stopped being produced because of Amy's decision to focus on touring as a stand-up
That's
instead of shooting more
crazy.
episodes.
That's crazy. Inside Amy Schumer got 5 seasons. Chappelle got 3. Mencia, I think, only got 1. Fucking, like, I mean, but Mencia shouldn't have had a fucking show to begin with. He's a fucking thief. He's a joke thief. But that's wild. They gave her 5 seasons.
Her show also received 3 Primetime Emmys, further solidifying Amy Schumer as a household name in comedy. And in 2015, she was named one of Time Magazine's 100 most influential people. That same year, her movie Trainwreck was released, which is probably her single biggest appearance
That
in
I
commercial
have
media.
to watch.
With a budget of
I
just
haven't seen that
$35
yet,
million
and I
and
really
box
wanted to
office
see
sales
it.
of $140, it was a financial success and got her plenty of opportunities. This was the peak of her career as a comic and entertainer, having successfully turned her stand-up skills into a full-time media job. However, at the same time, a general political upheaval began, and by her own choices, Amy was roped into it. On one hand, many skits from her show were skyrocketing in popularity and being shared online because they tackled topics such as rape culture, an extremely controversial and debated topic at the time. This landed Amy squarely in the corner of people who aligned with beliefs related to feminism and social justice, which consequently catapulted her work.
So is that
further
why
into
she
mainstream.
fucking turned
On the other
tail?
hand, this also attracted a kind of scrutiny she was severely unready to be met with. Amy had spent most of her career making jokes involving sensitive topics, and now that she seemed happy to take on the role of socially conscious comedian, the chickens came home to roost. She was taken to task for the innumerable instances of her being racially insensitive in her comedy. An article
It's
released
a
by The Guardian
goddamn
in the
disgrace. It is such a fucking disgrace when you have when the fucking mob, when the pussy mob, not the literal pussy, well, partially, but when the fucking sensitive sissy ass mob comes knocking at your door and you feel like you have to tuck tail because they're criticizing you. Like, again, I keep saying this, own your fucking act. Stop having to change who you are just because people don't like it. It's fucking and God, did she just do a complete 180? Like, she's a fucking shell of herself now.
Time reads as follows. For such a keen observer of social norms and an effective satirist of the ways gender is complicated by them, Schumer has a shockingly large blind spot around race. Her lackluster stint hosting the MTV Movie Awards, a rare misstep, featured lazy jokes about Latina women being crazy, while a much-lauded sketch from the show featured an ad for a training center where old people learn to not be racist. Schumer's stand-up repeatedly delves into racial territory, tactlessly and with no apparent larger points. Her stand-up special features jokes like, nothing works 100% of the time, except Mexicans. And much of her character's dumb
fucking
persona
funny.
is predicated on the fact that the men she sleeps with are people of color. I used to date Latino guys, she says in an older stand-up routine. Now I prefer consensual.
I like
in
that
response,
joke.
Amy made
I
a
like
series
that.
of now-deleted tweets stating, I'm a comic. I'm so glad more people are laughing at me and with me all of a sudden. I will joke about things you like, and I will joke about things you aren't comfortable with, and that's okay. Stick with me and trust I'm joking. I go in and out of playing an irreverent idiot. That includes making dumb jokes involving race. I enjoy playing the girl who, time to time, says the dumbest thing possible.
Yes,
Playing with
I
race
like
is something
that.
We're not supposed
Yes.
to do, which is what makes it so fun for comics. You can call it a blind spot for racism or lazy, but you're wrong. It is a joke, and it is funny. I know that because people laugh at it.
Yes,
Honestly, it's kind of
thank you.
surprising to
I
see Amy
fucking
Schumer of all
heartily
people
agree
express
with
this
that.
stance on the issue, but then again, I'm sure that after this brush with backlash, she cut back on making these kinds of jokes. I wonder if this is still her opinion on it nowadays. In any case, soon
Of
after,
course it's
she
not
was
her.
once again making headlines.
Of course it's not her fucking opinion nowadays. She's become one of them. She has completely become just another fucking dickless, not literally, figuratively, just a dickless fucking unfunny fucking just a sap, just a fucking she's not funny anymore. She's not fucking funny anymore, and she is feeding that stereotype that women aren't funny. She is right feeding that shit because she went and joined the fucking mob. Great.
Headlines. This time for posing nude for a photo shoot. This decision, paired with her previous controversies, led many people to see her as someone who is willing to do anything for attention. And even some of her previous fans began seeing a disconnect
She's in
between
show
who
business.
she used to be and who she became. It's also worth noting there was a time in which doing a nude photo shoot was still a frowned upon thing to do, whereas now it's becoming weird if a female personality doesn't have an OnlyFans. Come 2016, and things continue
I
to heat
disagree
up
with
as
that.
Amy was accused of stealing jokes from multiple comedians, many of whom were working alongside her during her formative years as a comic, giving further credence to the allegations.
How's this?
Oh, that's perfect.
They can ring you up right over there.
Mad TV was such a great fucking show.
If you need any other sizes, you please let me know, all right?
Okay.
Hi, how you doing?
Great.
She's stealing jokes. Amy fucking Schumer is stealing jokes and material?
She's not there.
No fucking way.
Yeah,
Oh, that's okay. What did she look like?
she's dark hair. Do you know what he looks like? Yeah.
She's fucking stealing material.
Wearing like a vest. If she had a favorite president, it would probably be Lincoln. Are there any other distinguishing features? I would guess he probably voted for Obama.
While certain comedians regretted having suggested that Amy was a joke thief or even outright defended her, the damage was done, as no matter what she or anybody else said in her defense, the audiences who had seen the alleged instances of joke theft for themselves were convinced that she had stolen the jokes and nothing could change their mind. To this day, when people talk about her, that's the main thing she's remembered for. Though her reputation with the public was already in the toilet by 2016 due to this controversy,
never would I have thought
that
Amy Schumer would be a joke thief.
SJWs that permeated every facet of the culture certainly didn't help her get back on her feet. There's no better way to put it than to note that ever since they acted in the TV show Girls together in 2014, Amy Schumer had grown increasingly closer to Lena Dunham as the two evolved towards the same direction. That direction consisted mostly of being body positive,
the Lena Dunham who
and
like
conflating
sexually
being disliked for your actions with sexism.
like
Ever since
sexually
Lena interviewed
assaulted
Amy in late 2016,
her fucking
they remained
sister
a steadfast duo, which isn't
when they were
surprising
kids.
considering that from that point onwards, they had the same target audience. Internet-bound busybody women. The thing Amy didn't think through with this rebrand was the fact that she was a comedian, and the only comedy her new target audience consumed was through clips online, if any. Meanwhile, the people that are into comedy enough that they're willing to pay for tickets to go to a show tend to be a lot more on the politically incorrect side of things.
Yes,
This jarring combination
like I am.
resulted in many clashes between Amy and her audience, such as when 200 fans walked out during one of her shows for bringing her routine to a screeching halt to bring a Trump supporter up on stage to demonstrate how stupid he was, only to pivot to calling Trump himself and
Did she really have to fucking do that
assaulting
shit?
fake
Like,
college.
Did she really have to do that shit? Like, I get it. You're gonna make fun of Trump, and you're gonna make fun of the fucking his fucking supporters at your show. I get it. It's easy to do, but the fact that you're doing it in a room full of them, and you're not being funny at all. Like, there's a way to do it. Bill Maher does it fucking flawlessly. Like, he performs in red states almost all the time. He performs in red states, and anytime he talks about Trump, the Republicans, conservatives, all of that shit right in their faces, he does it in a very subtle. He does it very subtly. It's on the nose. It strikes, but it's funny. You know what I mean? There's a way to do it, and what she's doing is it's more of a punch in the face rather than a gentle tap, if you know what I mean.
Starting monster and kick his supporter off stage. The mean-spiritedness that was once present in her comedy didn't actually go away. It just morphed into a high-strung, politicized version of itself that defensively called out other people for things she felt guilty about. For example, in January 2016, a 17-year-old film critic called Jackson Murphy posted a picture with her captioned, "Spent the night with Amy Schumer. Certainly not the first guy to write that." She replied passive-aggressively saying, "I get it, cause I'm a whore. Glad I took a photo with you. Hi to your dad." While journalists ran with it, praising her retort as some grandiose moment of standing up to slut-shaming, this was grating since just a couple of years prior, Amy would not only call herself, but other women, whores jokingly, and that was just the tip of the iceberg since she had told jokes exponentially more offensive than what Murphy said.
Yeah.
One particular example of this that got her in trouble.
That's where I saw her at. It was the
when,
fucking
during
Charlie
a Comedy
Sheen
Central
roast.
on
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen, in which she was participating, she decided to tell a joke about Steve-O, who was in the audience.
And Steve-O is here. Steve-O, great try.
Wow. I remember this. Yo, I remember this. Amy was harsh. She was fucking harsh that night, man. But I fucking loved her, man. She was good.
But I truly am, no joke, sorry for the loss of your friend Ryan Dunn. I know you must have been thinking it could have been me, and I know we were all thinking, why wasn't it?
Ooh. That was fucked. That was so fucked up, man. It was fucked up, but I gave it to her, man. I gotta give it to her. She was ballsy enough to fucking do it. I gotta get. Look at Steve. Look, Steve did not like that joke. Of course he didn't like it. But he's a comedian. You know, like what can you do? He's a comedian.
Only did her joke immediately make the room plummet when she mentioned Ryan Dunn, Steve-O's friend who had tragically passed away a couple of years prior. The punchline was just saying everyone wished Steve-O had died instead. Well, this is par for the course when it comes to roasts, and the rest of the audience still reacted somewhat positively to her joke. Steve-O was visibly bothered by it, which upset many of the people who only saw it after the fact. Given how beloved Jackass and Steve-O in particular are by the public, this felt gratuitous, like Amy was trying too hard to be edgy, contributing further to her being generally disliked. Steve-O eventually spoke out about it, saying that despite being pissed off about what she said at the time, he talked to Amy about it and they came to terms. Regardless, the fact
That's
that
what
he
you
didn't
do.
personally...
That's what you do. If you didn't like something, you don't have to like it. They fucking talked it out. They squashed it. But Steve-O's not gonna fucking raise a torch and pitchforks and try to fucking cancel somebody. He's a fucking comedian. That's what this should be a fucking learning moment for just people in general. Learn to just deal with shit. Can we learn how to deal with shit with a little bit more grace instead of bringing out the torches and pitchforks?
They hold a grudge against her, did very little in the way of salvaging her botched roast. In the same year, she released her memoirs, which was noticeably an attempt by Amy to improve her PR. Explicitly writing herself as an extremely likable every woman, who any girl could identify with, despite being a multi-millionaire movie star, infamous for her off-color remarks and insensitive sense of humor. Even the fact that she was already writing an autobiographical book despite being just 35 years old was seen as a symptom of her narcissism. The nail in the coffin for many was her 2017 Netflix special called The Leather Special, which became widely hailed as one of the worst specials ever, and for some reason, the quintessential demonstration of the unfunny female comedian archetype. The response was so bad that some theorized it was the reason Netflix suspended the rating system they had in place at the time, but that didn't stop people from expressing themselves about it, since YouTube was littered with videos compiling the worst moments of Schumer's comedy. In the face of this, she, along with journalists, of course, blamed it on none other than the alt-right. After abandoning the persona she had been building for years of a comedian to whom edginess came second nature, she completely embraced her new identity as a feminist icon, mostly because it was expedient to do so at the time, and because the media was already setting her up to...
I fucking hate that she did that. I just fucking hate it. Not only did she fucking, like, completely give up on being, like, an edgy sort of comedian. Not that she sacrificed her humor to become a fucking feminist, and it's just it's so fucking. It's just it's disappointing. It really it hurts. It fucking hurts. As someone who really loves stand-up comedy, is passionate about comedy, like, this shit, it hurts when I see people, really good comedians, do shit like that. It hurts.
To play that role, even before she actively tried to play it. In February 2018, just a few months off the peak of #MeToo, which started in October 2017 due to the allegations about Harvey Weinstein, another comedian, Aziz Ansari, was put on the spot for an allegation of sexual assault. Instead of it being instantly integrated...
Free Aziz Ansari! Freeze Aziz Ansari!
Not only did Aziz respond by disputing the woman's claims about the nature of their encounter, but many felt that her own story corroborated what he said, since it included some instances of consensual sexual interaction and a retelling of the following morning, wherein the woman told Aziz she felt he violated her boundaries and he apologized. This, when added to some journalistic mishandling on the end of the person who initially reported the story, and the fact that it was much more of a gray area than Weinstein's allegations, culminated in Aziz's accusations becoming a controversy of their own, with some even saying that it was effectively derailing the Me Too movement altogether. Just a couple of weeks after the eruption of this news, Amy decided to chime in and claim that what Aziz did was not acceptable.
Oh my fucking... Oh, this angers me. Oh, this fucking angers me so much. Oh, this fucked up. I'm really trying. I'm really trying to fucking, like, not be so angry. But, like, I fucking hate that she did that.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. You can defend her.
I want to see... Hold on. Oh, she... Oh, no. I'm trying to find... I was trying to find some bits of... Oh, wait a minute. I was trying to find some bits of the leather special. But, wait, let's see.
En général. Et voilà.
Well, you know what?
Mais ça fait quand même partie des choses que la plupart des stand-up comédiens...
You know what? How about this? The mark of a good stand-up special. Because of course I can't play it because it's on Netflix. So, how about this?
And I got worried. I gained all the weight. I'm like, oh my God, are men gonna still be attracted to me? And that's when I remembered. I always forget this. It's another reason I love men so much. Men each day have a thought that goes through their head where they're like, I don't know why, but I want to put my penis right in your butthole. A couple times a day, someone walks by and, you know, just... They're like, look, it doesn't make sense to me either, but I know for a fact I want to take the most sensitive, intimate part of myself and just like ram it right where you poop. Just like, ram it. They're thinking that, and I'm over here like, oh, should I get highlights? Like, he doesn't care. He doesn't care.
Wow, was that not good?
I don't know if you guys know this, but this past year, I've gotten very rich, famous, and humble. This does not leave this theater on my pussy's best day. Smells like a small barnyard animal. I tweeted out a photo of myself wearing just underwear. And that's when I learned the word you don't want people to use when a nude photo of you goes viral. Brave? I wish
None but chicks in that audience.
men. Here's an example of how we're different. Have you ever had a guy come in your mouth and go, does it taste okay? I haven't been drinking a lot of water and I'm a little worried. Every comic has some special where they wear all leather and they regret it later. It's my fucking moment. Leather special.
Oh my fucking... Oh my fucking God. Jesus Christ on the fucking cross, that was bad. That was fucking... Oh, that was embarrassing. Callum, I know who the fifth member of BCC is. It's Pac. I figured it would be that way. T Roses, Chrissy, wake up. I don't like this. Chrissy, wake up. Hello, hey. Mark. What am I saying? I like Stranger Things too. Alright, let's continue here.
Claimed that when she was a teenager, she was flat out raped. While she was initially appreciated for trying to give a voice to victims of sexual assault, upon further examination, even people who hadn't sided with Aziz felt that Amy was adding to the confusion.
Yes, she is.
My first sexual experience was not a good one. I didn't think about it until I started reading my journal again. When it happened, I wrote about it almost like a throwaway. It was like, and then I looked down and realized he was inside of me. He was saying, I'm so sorry.
Wait, hold on, Rose. This is not a secret. I do like Stranger Things. I like it a lot. I mean, you talked me into watching the fucking thing, so I watched it and ended up liking it. So, yeah. This is not a state secret.
Can't believe I did this. In her interview with Oprah, she specifies that she was asleep when this happened. Now, of course, this is extremely terrible and definitely qualifies as SA. The problem spurs from the fact that her situation is seriously different from what Aziz and his potential victim were discussing. Additionally, despite her liberal usage of the word rape while talking about the topic, she simultaneously implied that these gray area rapes, as she puts it, aren't necessarily criminal, just unacceptable behavior, which further muddied the waters. After she joined the discussion, her older rape jokes resurfaced and were used against her. However, they all paled in comparison to an appearance she made on the Opie and Anthony show, wherein she tells a story about being in the front seat with the cab driver and not only sexually harassing him, but outright placing his hand on her crotch without any lead up to give him a chance to offer anything resembling consent. As you can expect, people came to her defense, saying that if he allowed it to happen and went on with it, that was him consenting. However, if that's the case, then the same can be said for many other of the gray area situations Amy claimed constituted wrongdoing. What's worse is that this isn't the only time Amy had unceremoniously admitted to having committed some kind of sexual assault.
If that was a dude, they'd be in fucking jail.
It was 8 a.m. My dorm room phone rang. Amy, what's up? It's Matt, come over. Knock knock, ring ring, where is he? Finally the door opens. It's Matt, but not really. He's there, but not really there. His face is kind of distorted, and his eyes seem like he can't focus on me. He's actually trying to see me from the side like a shark. Hey, he yells too loud, and gives me a hug too hard. He's f***ing wasted. But I was here, and I wanted to be held and touched and felt desired. Despite everything, I wanted to be with him. And then came the sex, and I use that word very loosely. His penis was soft. It felt like one of those de-stress things that slips from your hand.
Wow, that's fucking...
That's ambitious, I think. Is it still considered getting head if the guy falls asleep every 3 seconds and moves his tongue like an elderly person eating their last oatmeal? The only wetness between my legs is from his drool, because he's now
she's coming across like a real superhead, just sharing all of her fucking sexual experiences for everybody. So just
gray area. Yeah, when she sounded a lot like a gray area rapist herself. Not only did she speak about this openly without an ounce of self-awareness
talking about fucking sexual assault,
she immediately followed it up with a series of complaints to herself about how great of a friend and comedian she was, as well as a complaint about how devastating comments about her weight are. The cherry on top is that she didn't just write this into her memoirs, she also performed it as an acceptance speech to an award, and the video for it has millions of views. You really cannot make this up. It's tough enough to be a comedian that pushes the envelope while defending talking points that very much preclude things like offensive humor, but I imagine it must be even harder to be as rigorous as she is on sexual ethics when she's had at least 2 close calls, if we can even call them that, with being the perpetrator of SA. But because of the impenetrable shield the industry and the media put around her that deflected any genuine criticism from the public, she eventually found some success in her rebrand as a politically correct, sex-positive figure, and in 2019, she put out another comedy special called Growing. Though it didn't get ravingly positive reviews, it was leagues ahead of the reception that the leather special got. But perhaps this was because the parts of her audience that had any expectations or standards for what she was putting out were long gone by the time it came out. While she retained...
Yeah, because she fucking alienated the audience that she had. The audience that really liked her. The ones that appreciated her blue humor, her fucking racial humor, all of that shit. She fucking alienated them. She pushed them to the side for these fucking mud duck fucking fucking feminazis. That's her audience now. She's catering to fucking humorless, witless cunts. Congratulations.
The forced Facebook feminism that became a part of her personality in 2016, the premise of the special is decidedly less stupid, or at least internally consistent with the politics she punctuates it with, mostly focusing on her personal life, her marriage, and her pregnancy. When she noticed that this more candid approach to doing comedy was well appreciated,
is there anything less funnier?
A year later, she dropped a docuseries through HBO Max.
Is there anything less funnier than those fucking topics? Like, literally, you can throw a dying baby on stage You could throw a baby hanging itself on a noose and it would get more fucking laughs than whatever the fuck she was talking about on her special growing. Yeah, I know that's harsh. I know that's graphic, but whatever. Like, fuck, this is what Amy angers me these days. She truly angers me with this bullshit.
About the difficulties she had with pregnancy due to her career as a touring comedian, as well as her health issues such as
Motherfucking ads, goddammit. Alright, fucking go ahead.
endometriosis, which ultimately culminated in the surgical removal of her uterus in 2021. Fortunately for her, the reception was even more positive than her special, and it was crucial in reigniting her presence in the mainstream media.
Oh, I'm
which
sure
became
it
much more
was.
scant after her run-ins with
Gotta
journalists and
cater,
comedians
gotta
alike.
fucking.
It's unlikely she'll ever
Gotta
successfully
cater
reverse
to the
the
fucking
damage
mob,
she did to
aren't
her
you?
public perception, since the people who see her as an industry plant, annoying feminist,
She is
unfunny
a
hack,
plant. She's
or all of the
become a
above,
plant.
haven't found any reason to change their minds about her. Regardless, despite all of the hate she's accrued over the years, it doesn't look like she'll be going away anytime soon, as she continues to take every opportunity to make current events about herself, and article writers continue to indulge her. One recent example of this comes from last year when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars. Amy, who was hosting the night along with Wanda Sykes and Regina Hall, took to Instagram to say that she was, and I quote, triggered and traumatized. Again, it seems like she selects the kind of language she thinks is more likely to get a reaction from people. In another show of hers, she also commented on the slap, saying it was an example of toxic masculinity. The thing is that on the Oscars night, she was planning to joke about Alec Baldwin having accidentally murdered someone while filming a movie, as well as James Franco's SA allegations, but was advised against it. As I previously said, she never stopped being tone deaf and insensitive. She just strategically pointed it away from topics that could get her into real trouble, while pivoting to socially conscious talking points. There's no telling if the never-ending spring of second chances for Amy will ever dry up, but given how many scandals she's made it through, that would probably
I miss the
almost
old Amy
anybody else's
Schumer.
career.
Can we find some old Amy Schumer up here? Let me see. Let me see. I want to find some of Amy's, like, what's Amy's, like, most offensive special? Amy Schumer. Let me see. Most offensive special. Let me see. Problematic moments. Fuck off. Let me see. I'm trying to find it. Specials. Give me a minute here. No, not that. Alright, so if it wasn't a special, it must have been on a CD that she put out. Let me see. Where is it here? Discography. Cutting, that's it. That's it. Okay. Cutting. Amy Schumer. There it is. Okay. The whole thing's not up here? For real, the whole thing isn't up here? Do I really have to go out and fucking buy this shit? Amy Schumer topic. Wait a minute. Okay, here it is, here it is. Okay. Is it... The comments have been turned off. Alright, yeah, let's listen to some of this. Oh, so this is the whole thing.
Thank you. Keep it going for Deacon, right? And Mark Norman. Holy shit.
This was
right?
2011, by the
I
way.
can't believe he has AIDS. I don't see it coming, right? Oh, man. So, I don't know if Deacon asked if anybody's celebrating anything, but I know that I don't care. I've got something really big going on. I finally just slept with my high school crush. Right? Thank you. Thank you, but now he, like, expects me to go to his graduation. I'm busy. Really busy. I know this shirt's a little weird. It kind of makes me look pregnant, but, you know, dress for the job that you want. So, no, I don't want a baby. That's creepy. I don't know. I don't want kids or marriage yet. The only ring I'm interested in is the Nuva ring. And I think it's because it fits like a glove. I should, though, you know. I'm almost 30. But this is what I do for a living. I get wasted every night. I live like I'm in college. But my girlfriends are all living normal adult lives. So they call me and they're like, Aim, I'm pregnant. And I'm like, what are you gonna do? No. They're like, no, we own a home. Like, we've been trying. I'm like, I'll drive you. Oh my God. That's the subject of my favorite reality show. I love that show, Teen Mom. Or if you're from the South, Mom. They don't wait, right? Did you see the new one this week? Cover your ears if you didn't. Spoiler alert. Turns out, this week, the guy wasn't ready to be a father. Can you believe it? He just made Varsity. I can't believe it.
I would have fucking paid money to see this live.
So people, you know, they always just assume that I'm shallow, you know, because I'm so pretty. God, why'd you do it? But, so hard. No, I'm okay. I know what I look like. Like, you'd bang me, but you wouldn't blog about it. I know what's happening.
Amy was fucking
all,
delicious,
you know?
back in the day, man. I'm sorry, I would have
Nobody's ever
smashed.
tweeted, you won't believe who I'm inside, but I do fine, you know? Especially during summer, that's when I really bring it, but, no, I'm not shallow at all. I'm not, like, the guy I'm actually dating right now isn't even good looking. You know, nobody's ever like, who's that? They're like, is he okay? Like, should we call someone? I'm like, no, that's his face. Maybe we should call someone. But I don't know. I've just never cared about stuff like that, you know? He's so rich that doesn't come up. It's weird. I don't know. Can't hear him under the bag, but no, I'm kidding. He's cute. He is. He looks like one of the guys from The Hills. Have eyes. He's gross. Don't feel bad for him. He's a total piece of shit. He is. I just walked in on him masturbating. He's like, are you mad? I'm like, no, but you seem to be. Holy shit. I'm like, does it owe you money? What's going on? He never chokes me like that. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, shit.
Man. A lot of hot couples here tonight. You guys, how long? No, how long? Good for you, sir. Big dick, great. These are sexy. You're hot. When did you get out?
When did you get out?
Recently. What's your name? What? Don Diego? That's a lot of names. Your mom got greedy. That's a mouthful. That's sexy, though. Where are you from? Denver? Okay. Okay. See, Don Diego, and I feel ridiculous saying that, that's why it's a hot name, but Denver, like, that's why they need Google in the delivery room, right?
Okay.
So when your mom was like, I'm gonna name him Don Diego, Google would show up and say, did you mean Steve?
Oh, fuck.
Shorter. He's hot though.
I miss this Amy Schumer so
Don
much.
Diego.
She's
I
so,
wouldn't even
she was
report
so
you
fucking
to
good.
me. I really wouldn't. Look at him. He's that hot, right? Well, I would, but just to see you with the lineup. I'd be like, Don Diego! Hey! Can he see me? Is that how you guys met, or? It's only rape if you remember it. So,
Wow. Oh,
I'm a
boy.
teacher. I teach things. I feel like in general, women were better at making plans, right? It's fair to say that. Unless it's for a threesome, right? Then men become fucking event planners. Why are you holding a clipboard and wearing a headset?
Oh, fuck.
Is that the Braveheart soundtrack playing? I don't... Half of his face is painted. I'm like, this is scary. Oh, God. Me and this dude, we're so different. We are. Like, he's really into family, and I don't care. Like, he didn't even want to come here this weekend, because he wanted to spend time with his wife. And I feel like...
What? Wait, what?
I'm better. I'm better. Oh, gosh. A lot of these are jokes. It's the hot town. Have you guys ever, you hear the phrase cock blocking? A couple of guys have probably, you're at a bar, you're talking to a girl, it's going really well, and what happens? Her less attractive friend comes over and ruins everything, right? Cock block.
Or is this called the
Tell you
duff?
something, guys. I have been the less attractive friend, and you were not cock blocked. I was following orders from my better looking friend that she did not want to fuck you. They put so much energy into being mad at her, but you should be thanking her for saving you money. Because listen, girls, we are whores. Like, our friends do not hold us back. We will travel, okay? We will wait. I've taken the morning after pill the night before. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Shit.
You picking up what I'm putting? Girls have two signals with our friends. We have, I'm gonna fuck him, and help. That's it. That's it. I don't use signals. I'm direct. If a guy's like, can I buy you a shot? I say something really clear, like, thank you so much, but I don't want to hurt the baby. I just walk away. It's so weird. But, I'm making it sound like I'm so slutty. I'm really not. I've only slept with 4 people. And that was a weird night. But, oh, God. My friends are all whores. We are. We really are. But I have one friend, she's a virgin. She acts like she's so much better than everyone about it. But she's like easily my grossest friend. I think she's saving it for someone who will do it. But, but no, this is what I do to protect my self-esteem. You can do it too. I make sure that I'm the prettiest of my friends. Right? You can do it too. I hand select my friends from Facebook and surround myself with real reptiles and monsters so that I can shine, right? I have this one friend, Nikki, though she keeps losing weight. I took her out of my phone. Fuck her. I don't need her. Like, you did it to yourself. But I have I've been friends with this girl forever. Her name's Sabina. She's absolutely gorgeous. She's a Ford model. She's dating one of the Knicks. Like, she's that pretty. And that's one of those names, Sabina. You'd be really pretty
The
to
Knicks,
pull off.
as in a New York Knick?
You can't have, like, a bum knee and a lazy eye and be like, I'm Sabina! Like, we're gonna call you Bertha, bitch. If you're really hot, you could be like, I'm Gorgonzola. Guys would be like, yeah, you are. That's my favorite cheese. Guys throw themselves at her. Guys never hit on me like that, ever. The dudes who come up to me, it's always at last call, right? They're in a full blackout, Just like kind of stumbling like a toddler learning how to walk. Pointing at their dick like, here! Hey, here! I'm like, I'll get us a cab, but it's like so cold out, It's so cold.
I'm gonna listen to more of this.
I was with a guy about a month ago.
I'm gonna listen to more of this tomorrow.
We didn't have
That was she was so fucking good, man. God damn it. God fucking damn it. All that gone. Alright. Wait a minute.
Something tells me her token feminist comedian immunity is still very much in effect. At her peak of unlikability in 2016 to 2017, she was being considered for the lead role of the Barbie movie, which she's probably seen ads for recently as it stars Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. The only reason she isn't in the final product was that she chose to drop out due to the fact that the script didn't have a feminist edge.
Because she's not pretty enough, that's why.
Now that she has a successful TV show on Hulu with Life and Beth, it wouldn't surprise me if she scored some A-lister parts in movies in the near future. If they can keep Ezra Miller on Hollywood life support despite the fact that he's a walking PR nightmare, Amy Schumer is no trouble at all. I believe the saying goes, a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. In the case of Brendan Shaw,
the walking
CTE Born and
idiot.
raised in Colorado, Brendan's family had a history in competitive sports, with his father being a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo, and his uncle, Pax Beal, being a bodybuilder and ex-football player. There's no coincidence, since genetics definitely played a role in the proclivity towards athleticism.
Bappa.
Shaw grew to be well over 6 feet tall, and unsurprisingly, quickly found success in pursuits such as football and lacrosse while in high school, lettering twice in the former and 4 times in the latter, even being voted MVP in his senior year. While he didn't attract the attention of any talent scouts, when he tried out for the football and lacrosse teams of Whittier College, he got accepted into both. Though he was majoring in sociology, it was just a placeholder degree while he focused on his prospects as a full-time football player. Once he was done with college, he ultimately never got drafted or signed, causing him to retire in 07.
I wonder
this didn't mean
why.
he'd given up on being an athlete. Far from it. After abandoning football, he picked up martial arts, in particular boxing and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Much like his previous forays into sports, he quickly got somewhere with it, winning the novice division heavyweight title in Colorado and becoming the training partner of Shane Carwin, a heavyweight contender in the UFC. With this connection, he transitioned seamlessly into being an MMA fighter. Once again, he started out extremely well with 4 wins in a row.
Yeah,
all in the
but,
first round. It was only after
yeah.
3 exhibition matches in the Ultimate Fighter, which he won, that he experienced his first loss.
He
followed by
won the
another 4
Ultimate
victories
Fighter?
in a row, one of them against Mirko Cro Cop, one of the most respected fighters in the UFC, though already 36 years old by that point. Not only did Schaub win, but his win was ruled the knockout of the night. After this, however, his fighting career gradually slowed down until it halted completely in 2014 after his loss to Travis Brown by TKO. Initially, he planned to continue fighting indefinitely, but after his loss, Joe Rogan and Brian Callen essentially did an intervention live on a podcast to convince him to
That was
retire from
hilarious.
MMA. While their conversation was long, a slightly edited version uploaded to YouTube netted over 5 million views. People were mostly taken aback by how brutally honest Joe was to Brendan. While Brendan took his UFC losses in perhaps more stride than he should have, no knockout was as devastating as having his 2 best friends walk him down conversationally and strip him of his ego in regard to the reality of the situation. In the bluntest terms possible, while
Hey.
still being sympathetic to him, Joe explained that Schaub was simply in way over his head when it came to fighting. And
Hey,
if he kept
those are
putting
good
himself in
friends
the
to
cage
me.
with elite
Those
fighters,
sound like
he would
great
continue to
friends.
get knocked out and hurt until he suffered irreversible brain damage. Ultimately, it seems that Schaub recognized that Joe was
Which he
right,
does.
and that
He
being a
does have
professional
that.
fighter
He
was
has
far
brain
too big a
damage.
risk for a guy like him, who certainly had other ways of making money besides getting his head kicked in by people who were more proficient than him at MMA. Despite it obviously not being ideal that a conversation as sensitive as this was taking place in front of millions of people, both parties showed the kind of respect and grace that is becoming increasingly hard to come by these days. Eventually, years later, the two revisited the intervention, and when asked about why he brought it up in the middle of a podcast, Joe said that he wasn't planning to do it, but once the topic came up, he got genuinely emotional and did it out of a deep sense of concern for Schaub. Due to the nature of the situation, there was no way for Brendan to come out looking good.
Oh my god. Did you, these
If he had gotten angry,
motherfuckers,
he would have
these
just been seen
ads.
as delusional. But because he ended up agreeing with Joe, it just fanned the flames of a perception people already had of him, which was that he was Joe's yes man and went along with anything he said.
Which
Then
he
again-
is. And this is why I can't stand the Brendan Schaubs, the Tom Segura's, the Burt Kreischers, all of them. To me, they're not funny. They're not funny, and the only reason that they have any sort of notoriety is because of Joe Rogan. I never would imagine that any association with Joe Rogan would lead you to instant fame. And these guys have none fucking talent whatsoever. It blows my fucking mind.
Again, people often say that Joe is the yes man that changes his opinions based on the guests, so at this point, this didn't get Schaub too much hate. If you exclusively take into account his career in fighting and his participation in podcasts, the most Schaub could be considered is annoying or not the best communicator. However, things changed drastically when he made a hard pivot to being a comedian. For starters, this move was considered poorly thought out since Brendan spent the majority of his life being an athlete in some capacity and had absolutely no experience.
Pretty people
or
hardly
prior
ever make it
interest
as a
in being
comedian.
comic. People were confused as to why he didn't become a coach or open up a
Nick
gym,
Fife
especially
is
considering that
Nick
Eddie Bravo,
Rife or
another
Fife, I
frequent
think.
JRE guest,
One
took
rare
that route with
exception.
significant success. A year prior to his departure from the Octagon, Schaub had begun a podcast with fellow Joe Rogan collaborator Brian Callen called The Fighter and the Kid. Eventually, either because the podcast was good enough or because Schaub and Callen were sufficiently connected, the podcast was picked up by Fox. Most likely, it's a combination of the two, since at the time, plenty of episodes were getting hundreds of thousands to even millions of views on YouTube. Many episodes featured comedians and other more established personalities.
No,
which
I didn't
certainly
know
helped
this.
it
I did
become
not know
popular.
Fox
In
picked that shit
retrospect,
up.
the way Brendan came off in the show was much less obnoxious than what he'd become infamous for. Not only could you sympathize with him, but you could also occasionally laugh at his exchanges with Brian. This was very impressive since this was someone who wasn't media trained, with no experience in the field he was getting into, and with a speech impediment, who was somehow doing well for himself in a medium that consisted entirely of being good at communication. He must have been doing something right. At least that's what people thought at the time. The problem was Brendan's relative success in this area started getting to his head very fast. While he's never been the most charismatic guy, earlier on he was likable, as the podcast relied mostly on the chemistry between him and Callen, whose conversations often sounded like two friends talking. But as the show grew, so did Brendan Schaub's ego, to astronomical proportions. Brendan is notorious for being someone who's easily suggestible, and in an interview he and Brian gave to the Dallas Observer, he reveals that Brian was the one that told him to start doing stand-up.
I'm gonna watch the rest of this tomorrow on stream, because it is definitely time for me to go to bed because I got to work in the morning. So, thank you all for watching. All you who came out and watched, thank you so much. Of course, catch the Ham Radio Show every Wednesday, 6:30 to 9:30, hamradioshow.com, and all that good stuff. So, and of course, I'll be back. I'll be here with Afterbirth immediately following the Ham Radio Show, 9:30 to whatever time I decide to get off. So, I will see y'all tomorrow. And as they say on I can't talk word shit. As they say on the show, AMF, adios.